mindless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody, you are listening to episode 57 of the 365 Flicks podcast. This is our New Year extravaganza episode, and I am the pissy ex-video store clerk Kev.
And I am the Scottish weed and whore Chris.
And even though this is the second time we've done this, we are joined tonight by two beautiful little special co-hosts. We have my daughters, Ruby and Scarlet. Would you like to say hello to the three listeners we have?
Hello.
You may remember Ruby and Scarlet from past episodes, such as the Secret Life of Pets review that they did, which was awesome. And you are now co-owners of a History of Bad Ideas floppy.
Yes, we are.
Yes, so you know that because this is the second time we've done this.
Yes.
Do you have anything you'd like to say, Scarlett?
Happy New Year.
This is our New Year episode in which we are going to wrap up 2016 and talk about the travesty that this year has been, and also the movies that we've seen that we loved. We decided that we're not keen on New Year's Eve. We're not bothered about it. So we just get in the studio and record. And
yeah,
I roped the little ones in for that as well. But that's not the only thing I've roped into this episode that Chris doesn't know about yet.
Yeah, you've been going on like this all week. Well, for the last 24 hours anyway.
To be honest, it was an idea that came to me in the last 24 hours. And
right.
I think I've done pretty well to pull off what I might have pulled off, if it works, which it probably won't. But if it does...
You've been quite cryptic about it. It's annoying.
I know, but that's the way I like it.
I see what you did there.
So, girls, 2016, what kind of year have you girls had?
A happy year, because we got a new sister.
Oh, you did. Yeah, that's right. We have a third little girl in the house now, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
You're well and truly outnumbered.
Daddy's just getting beaten left, right and centre by you girls, isn't he? But yeah, so the girls just wanted to jump on and say Happy New Year to you. So you watched a little movie last night. Would you like to tell the good listeners about the movie we watched last night before you head off into the sunset? And by that I mean bed.
Well, we watched Into the Woods, a nice film.
It was a nice film, was it?
About loads of fairy tales.
What was that about?
Fairy tales.
Fairy tales, right?
And they all went into the woods.
So it does what it says on the tin, does it?
So what, they went into the woods and then there was a bunch of fairies attacking them and stuff?
No.
Ah.
Come on, Chris. Have you not heard of Into the Woods?
I've not heard of Into the Woods.
Oh, well.
Okay.
But they enjoyed it. They did. Is there anything you would like to say to the good listeners before you head off? No.
We hope that 2017 is a good year for you all.
For us as a podcast or for the listeners out there?
For both.
The listeners as well?
Yeah.
Do you really care about the listeners? I mean, I do. Chris does, but do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
That's super nice of you. I'm sure they will appreciate that. Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is dying on its bum. So what we'll do is I'm going to quickly pause for a second and the girls can go back in and then I will be back for some pimpage and let's get on with the show.
Okay.
So yes, that is the girls away into the house, hopefully to bed, and see you in the new year in bed that way. But I mean that kind of died on sauce a little bit, didn't it?
They just want to be on the show. Leave them alone.
They did. That's all it was. We were coming around from Darren and Annabelle's house, and they were like, "Can we come on the show? Can we come and say hello and Happy New Year?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever."
That is fucking creepy.
You can't stifle their want to do things. So yeah.
Well, no, they're 365 the next generation after all. So
well, they have got like a floppy, which is unbelievable to be fair, but they do have one. So how you been, man?
I've been good.
How's your New Year been so far?
Well, you know, I fucking hate New Year, as you know. So
I do.
I've watched Rangers versus Celtic earlier on and got a bit drunk during that because Celtic won.
Is that like
that was quite good.
Is that pub league football?
It is. It is. Yeah, I'm not getting. You're not getting a bite of me. Fuck off. So I watched that this afternoon. Got a bit drunk doing that. Then kind of a little bit sort of accidentally fell asleep on the couch after it.
Good man.
And woke up with a mini hangover about 5 o'clock.
Awesome.
So that was good. That was great. Good work.
So then you thought, this is a great idea. Let's do this.
I just started drinking Magners and it was all okay.
Yeah, Magners usually sort you out.
Oh, aye.
Usually.
So yeah, other than that, just I've been just watching shite and drinking and eating shite.
So yeah, this is, as I said, episode 57, the New Year's Eve New Year's Eve bonanza that we decided that we would do because we're not very big fans of New Year's Eve ourselves. So we thought, what better way to avoid it than to record an episode?
Exactly.
It will serve as our 2016 wrap up of. We do it every year. I say every year. We've been going for 2 years. We've done it twice. So it's where we like to talk about the movies that have impressed us this year, the movies that have not so much impressed us this year, the TV shows we've been watching. So we just get into a little bit of that. The normal formula isn't really going to be adhered to. Well,
we've got kind of a movies, but other than that, it's just a bit crack, sure.
And we'll be doing our top fives, and that's about it. We do have a couple other little things coming that Chris isn't overly aware of. But first of all, you can find us on the Facebook, you can find us on the Twitter, you can find us anywhere you want. We are like shit in a field. We have our own website, it's 365flickspodcast.co.uk. Just look for 365 Flicks Podcast, you will find us, I guarantee it. iTunes, Stitcher, all those good-ass apps, Libsyn. We're on some wicked-ass networks. We're on the Wicked Radio Network. We're on the Tangent Bound Network. We're on the weebgeeks.pc. We're on nerdly.co.uk. And we are on Geeky Antics Network Global.
Hey.
So we're all those places. You can find us in all those places. But like I say, for the most part, if you type in 365 Flicks to your third party app thing, Bob, for podcasts, we're there.
Nice. Technical.
I've had a drink. To be fair, I've had a drink. But like I say, we're literally here just to talk a little bit of news and to talk about the year we've had. And I decided, and this is part of the mysticism that has been going on for the last 24 hours, but I decided that I would get someone on to help us talk.
I see.
He says he's here now. I will find out right now.
Gentlemen.
How we doing?
How's it going? He's alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fuck me, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
How the bloody hell are you?
I'm fucking awesome. How are you guys?
Not bad,
Very
not
well.
bad.
Not very well.
Very well.
Very well.
Very well, goddammit.
Fantastic. I'll drink to that.
So basically what's happened here is Chris didn't know this was happening. I've kept this a bit of a secret from him. Because we were coming on the 2016 New Year's Eve show to talk about the year we've had. And when I looked back through the year we have had, the year pretty much started with the Talking Dead episodes. So I thought, why not get Haze back on? And he obliged. So we're going to give him, I don't know, you're only getting 5-10 minutes, pal, and then I'm cutting you off.
That's alright. You got to keep this thing short and sweet. I mean, you don't want the Haze to take over too much.
We do worry about that. We do worry about that. Chris, Haze and Chris, we were just about to talk about sort of a little bit of news and a little bit of what we've been up to this year. So, Chris, would you like to start with that one?
Me, Chris, or other Chris?
You, Chris.
Aye, tidy. I've got a couple of bits. Well, actually, first one, this will annoy Haze because I know that he is a great... He despises this movie, but... Super Mario Bros. The movie is getting a Steelbook Blu-ray release.
Yes, I've seen that.
See, he does his homework.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's so that is news, which is happening. It's coming out in March. So
I'll be ordering that. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Do you know what? I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to see if I was wrong because I'm going to see if it's aged well or if it's aged very poorly.
I actually rewatched it not that long ago, and it has not aged well.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Sometimes bad means good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I love the movie. I think it's a good movie. Well, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
I actually thought that movie. I think that movie is awesome.
It's a classic movie, whether it's good or not.
Debatable.
So before we move on to the next thing, Hayes, what you been up to? What you been up to lately?
What have I been up to? Well, gradually taking over the world, naturally. So, me and my good wife have been sort of procreating the old humans.
Fuck, I'm still flabbergasted by this.
That's something that's on the way. I don't think I'm truly prepared for it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You never are.
No. I mean, you seem to lead a reasonably normal life, sort of. So, you know.
I have to ignore them to do this, but yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, I watched the first half of season 7 of The Walking Dead. Shed a tear at the end of every episode when I couldn't talk about it with you guys.
Oh.
To deal with a harsh rejection.
Oh.
No, I understand. But I think we should bring it back at some point.
Your 10 minutes are up. Yep,
I'm done. Drop the mic.
No, man. We do have plans going forward in 2017. We've got some pretty big plans. Not newsworthy as such right now. So me and Chris will not be divulging anything. So don't try and probe us with your anal probe. But we could be possibly bringing that back. So keep your eyes open and your ear to the grindstone.
Well, that's all dependent on them bringing Rambo Carroll back. If they don't bring Rambo Carroll back, then I'm not fucking watching it.
Yeah, you tapped out of the show.
To be fair, if there's one thing that I'm an advocate of, right, it's don't watch something if you just think it's shit. You have to have some kind of attachment or something that keeps bringing you back. If you're watching something just for the sake of it being shit, there's something wrong. So I know that Chris has been having a hard time with The Walking Dead in the first part of season 7, and I'm completely with that. I mean, I've bailed on shows before, and I'll bail on shows again, but I do fully appreciate it. It probably didn't warrant, and if you actually look at the figures, because one of the things that The Walking Dead has always had going for it is the ratings in America have always been excessively high. I mean, like in excess of 14 million per show, and they've dropped by over a third throughout the course of the first part of season 7, which I can understand. So hopefully that'll be a signal to them to, pick things up. But I mean, there's a lot of good stuff coming up with the comics, so I do tenuously have some high expectations for the next part. But anyway, I digress. This isn't about The Walking Dead. It's not about me. It's about you guys. It's about
always have to make
end
it
of the
about
year.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I did want to ask you, are you fully up to date on the comic books?
I'm not fully up to date, no. I stopped watching the comic books. This won't be a spoiler for anyone unless you know what it means, but I haven't read a comic since the start of the Whisperer story, and that was kind of so I could heighten my enjoyment of the TV show.
And has it worked?
No. So
that'll please Chris.
Yeah.
So, co-host Chris, do we have?
Do you not think though? Sorry, Kev. Do you not think that part of the reason that maybe some people are tuning out? This is not necessarily for me, but part of the reason that some people are tuning out is that it's become a show where you have to have read the comics to know. Okay, it's going to get good in a minute.
Do you know what, Chris? I fully fucking agree with you. One of the big problems with season 7 so far actually has been that you kind of need to know where it's going to be all right with where it is, and that's wrong. Now the episode with I don't want to get too granular with this, but there was a certain episode this season which went way off course, and frankly had no place in the season. It was an episode with Tara. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. But still.
With the lesbians.
But yeah. But there's been so much. I mean, there was a whole thing with with the Daryl arc at the start of the season, where you saw like a chessboard and chess pieces and like Morse code and things like that, and so much stuff that is kind of, some of it's directly lifted from the comics. You wouldn't spot it. And one thing about art and media in general is if I have to grab you by the shoulders and shake you and say, this is why it's good. If I have to explain that to you, if you can't just look at something objectively and say, oh, I enjoyed that. If I have to shake you by the shoulders and say, this is good, this is why it's good, in order to make you understand that it's good, your media's failed in its job.
Exactly. You know, when J.J. Abrams, for example, rebooted Star Trek,
Yes.
because Star Trek wasn't accessible anymore because they weren't making it anymore, granted, but it was a thing for a very niche market. Only fucking geeks were watching were rewatching the movies and all that kind of thing. But they wanted JJ in there to reboot it and bring it back for anybody who hasn't watched Star Trek before can come in and they can enjoy it. They can watch it without knowing what the hell's going on, who these people are. They just can watch the movie. And if you create a movie or a TV show where you have to rely on your audience having a background knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes that you're not showing, then no, you're just alienating a good half of your audience anyway.
Fully agree.
I'm all right with that. So that's Walking Dead covered.
There we go. There's a condensed talking heads.
Have you been looking forward to that, Haze?
I have.
I've got to be honest. I was quite looking forward to that, and I knew straight away as soon as I messaged him, I was like, "Do you fancy jumping on and doing this?" I knew straight away it was going to be Walking Dead, so I'm all right with that. It
was always going to come up.
Yeah, it was. So, Chris, co-host.
What?
Any more news?
Ronda Rousey got beaten for 8 seconds.
Yay!
Oh my god! Right, guys. As you know, I'm a huge UFC fan. I'm a huge MMA fan. You are so lucky that I've literally, about 10 minutes ago, watched that. Now, if I hadn't watched that before this, I would have been kicking off about spoilers. But yeah, I have just watched it. I would probably recommend you put a spoiler warning in the podcast with that.
Oh, it's been all over Facebook today, man. It'll be fine.
She got leathered, didn't she?
She got absolutely destroyed.
Excellent.
Yeah, I could probably talk for 10 minutes about why she got destroyed, but I don't know if you've got the audience for that.
Because she's a cocky bastard.
She got punched in the face really hard.
She did get punched in the face very hard, yeah.
That's correct, really, isn't it?
Because she's figured out she's got a glass jaw. She's an arsehole.
One of the things is that she's always been able to walk through punches to get to the point where she can grab someone, throw them on the floor, and then armbar them. She can't do that anymore. No. She's coming across people who've worked out that if you keep her at range, you strike her from distance, you can beat her. And if you never get to the point where she's got a hold of you, you've got her done. So that's her undoing. I think we've probably seen the last of Ronda Rousey.
Yay!
She'll be in WWE before you know it.
She would be great in WWE. The look on her face when she's walking out should tell you that straight away. There's no one who can put on a more aggro face than Ronda Rousey. So
not even Kevin Owens.
Hello.
You don't know who Kevin Owens is, do you?
No, I got no idea. Never heard of him.
Anything else, Chris? We'll do one more bit of news and then we'll let Haze go. And thank you very much for coming on, Haze. But we'll do one more bit of news.
Right. Well, this is actually I've only got one more bit of news, so that works out fine.
Oh, now, it's like we planned everything.
Well, don't lift the curtain, Kev. Right. So obviously, we lost Carrie Fisher. We lost Carrie Fisher last week, or was it this week, or was it like I'm all fucking confused with the days. Anyway, but. Today, it's been on the Facebooks, reported on a couple of different websites, that Disney have had an insurance policy on Carrie Fisher. Well, basically Carrie Fisher's, I don't know if her life or whatever, because Carrie Fisher was contracted to be in episode 9 as well. And so 2 days after Carrie Fisher died, Disney cashed in the policy, and it's thought to be worth around $50 million. And this is going to Disney.
What?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this could well be a norm for the industry, maybe. If you sign up somebody to a trilogy of movies and they get hit by a car,
I've got to be honest. I know it's Disney, but I would like to think at least a sizable chunk of that money is going to be going to maybe a mental health charity or.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's going towards rewrites and all that kind of shit.
Fuck off. Am I the only one sitting here thinking that's a dick move?
You're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're really not.
As I said, I don't know if that's a normal thing for the industry or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But
one of the things with Carrie Fisher, I mean, apart from the fame that she got from the Star Wars films, in a lot of ways, she's had quite a tragic life that's obviously culminated in this. And Yeah,
But she, as you know, you mentioned the mental health charities and all that. Hayes, you know, she's done. Just because we've not seen her in shitloads of movies doesn't mean to say that she's not been a busy woman. She's apparently quite a famous author, which I didn't know about.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
and she's done a shitload of work for those kinds of charities.
Yeah, and one of the things that's sort of brought this to everyone's attention has, unfortunately, it takes stuff like this to make it happen, but has been her death. So, you know, if something good can come of it, it's bringing light to some of these issues. So, oh man, I really hope Disney pumps some of that money into the charities that she was involved with.
It kind of sounds like it's probably just Darth Mouse fucking taking the money and running.
Darth Mouse.
That's a dick move, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's terrible.
It could well be that, you know, as soon as they, maybe it's just if they hire actors over a certain age, they take out a policy in case they need to, you know, I don't know, maybe they're going to be doing what they did with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One.
They ain't going to get away with that again.
I think, you know what, I think people will lose their fucking shit if they do that.
Well,
have you seen Rogue One, Hayes?
Yes, I've seen Rogue One. I messaged Kev the other day. Actually, I really enjoyed your podcast review of it. It was excellent, really, really well done. I enjoyed the fact that
that's how you get everyone invite back, isn't it?
I enjoyed the fact that you had a spoiler-free section, so you gave people the opportunity. You know, there's a new podcast in the 365 feed. I haven't seen Rogue One yet, but at least I can listen to some of it, and I thought it was really well done. And then the second the spoiler bot warning came in, you talk about the Darth Vader scene, which fuck me, how good was that?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my god, we were so excited watching that in the cinema.
There was nowhere else to start on the spoiler section. It had to be him.
Oh god, and I could, do you know what I mean, Chris? I could feel the tension. Like, I knew that you were desperate to talk about it the whole time.
I couldn't wait to speak about it. I did make a full-on sex noise in the cinema when that came on. Yeah.
That was absolutely epic. I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing it again as well. Definitely.
Yeah, and funnily enough, immediately after this little guest spot, I'm going to be watching another Star Wars film, because we're kind of working our way through all the Star Wars films at the moment. So unfortunately, we're probably at the worst one, which is Attack of the Clones. So
I wouldn't bother. Just skip it.
No, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
If you have a bunch of drinks first, it'll be all right.
Hence, I'm on the beer.
Right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Haze. It was very short notice to be asking you, but you've been you've been a trooper. I knew you would want to do it. I knew you'd want to come back on, and we look forward to speaking to you in the new year.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Damn straight, gentlemen.
Have a belter of a new year, buddy. We're going to crack on with some of the movies we've loved this year. Do you have a movie off the top of your head that you've absolutely loved this year that you just want to tell people you love?
Well, I tell you what, actually, before you do that, you could. Why don't we add it, Kev, to the 365 picks?
Chris, it is like you have actually scripted this whole thing.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've got to be totally honest. Rogue One has just smashed my year. It really has. I didn't think I was that excited about a spin-off Star Wars story, and when it happened, do you know what? It seemed to tie into real world events so well. And when we got the ending that nobody expected, I'm not going to do a spoiler, but we got the ending that nobody expected, which nobody would expect from Disney in particular. Wow, just top job, absolutely top job. I mean, I'm sure that everyone was worried when Disney took over Star Wars, but what an incredible job they're doing at the moment. And rewatching the trilogy, the episode 1, 2, and 3 trilogy.
Those who shall not be named.
Those, yeah, indeed. And, I mean, my God, I'm about to watch Hayden Christensen act. And I use the term loosely.
He has his moments. He has his moments. Well, he has a moment.
So before we leave here, before we kick Haze to the curb, one quick question. It's a tiny little bit of a spoiler, but I won't say anything too spoilery. Given the ending that you're saying that nobody saw coming, which you're right, nobody saw coming, given recent events, would that still have happened? after the fact, do you think?
Sorry, what do you mean? Would it have still happened after the fact?
Would they...
I think Kev means the person that we see right at the very, very, very end of the movie.
Ah, right, okay. I was actually referring to the slightly before the end ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I hate not talking about spoilers.
No, it's difficult.
Well, okay, right. There's spoilers ahead in the next few minutes. Go.
So
Okay,
basically
right.
what I'm asking is not the bit before the end, the bit at the end where you see a young Princess Leia.
Yes.
And she says they gave us hope.
I don't know. I would like to think they would have still done it because I think it would be a nice little
It's tricky,
sort of touch.
It's very tricky though.
Yeah, it is tricky, and it's a huge because I've got to be totally honest, right? With Tarkin and Kev, I know that you're the same from listening to the podcast. When I first saw Tarkin, I was like, "Hang on, is he not dead?" And then and then I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm wrong." And honestly, I just carried on regardless with the film. And I accepted it at face value. And it was only afterwards when I talked about it with my brother. And my brother's like a massive Star Wars fan, and he knew about the plans to do CGI characters in it. So if you're looking for it, I think you would find it. Whereas with me, I wasn't looking for it. I knew nothing about it. I purposely avoided all of the Star Wars, all of the Star Wars, news and like talk and chatter and stuff. I went into that cinema not knowing a single twist. I didn't know anything about what I was going to see. And I was genuinely surprised when that happened. Now, when Carrie Fisher came up, I saw that and I just thought they've either got an incredible lookalike or they've just done some work. I don't know if they would have still done it if that had happened before the film was released. I don't know. I would like to think they'd have still done something. They might have edited it slightly to kind of, I don't know, make it more of a... I don't know, because it was a really touchstone moment. So maybe it was perfect.
It's such a kick in the balls moment that, like, just when you see her. I mean, I said on the spoiler episode, and I said to Chris as we left the fucking cinema, I had a tear roll down my fucking face when I saw young Carrie Fisher. I was just like, it blew my fucking mind. I was like,
it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
It's just something I wanted to bring up and I wanted to ask the guys. So, Haze, we're going to kick you out now. Let you enjoy your Attack of the Clones. Enjoy your new year, and we will see you in the new year, buddy.
All right. Thanks so much for having me on, guys. Have a cracking new year. Happy New Year to all the 365 listeners, and hopefully in 2017 we'll catch up.
Yep.
Tidy.
We will.
Nice one. All the best.
Cheers,
lads. Bye.
See you later.
Hey there, kids. Do you want to hear a show where a bunch of guys sit around in a comic book store and talk about comics and lifestyle choices, other goofy things and shenanigans they get up to? Then
when have we ever talked about comics? Usually it's people sitting on my lap and riding the struggle bus.
That's true. It's mostly shenanigans. But occasionally we talk about comics. And if you like any of those things, comics, shenanigans, Devin's lap, then you need to check out Snake Oil Comics with me, Travis, and my beautiful co-host, Big Dev.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and snakeoilcomics.com.
So, yeah.
Aye.
So that was Haze.
It was Haze. Well, that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, it was. Don't worry. There is more to come.
I see.
But before we, the next person who may or may not be joining us, depending on whether or not we have some more fucking gremlins, let's talk about our movies this year. We've had some absolutely fucking cracking movies this year. Would you like to do our top 5 now?
Why the hell not?
And that'll bleed in to the next part. So, this is where we're going to talk about the movies of 2016. Some of the movies we hated, some of the movies we loved. We will start with the movies we absolutely loved. We came up with the top 5 for 2016. We like to do this each year. I'll say again, each year. This is the second year we've done it.
You could say that's each year because you've done it more than once.
Yeah. Would you like to kick off with your number 5 for this?
I would. Now, I had to steady myself on with this one because I've hobbied it.
Whoa!
But I was going to hobby it more than I actually have, but then I realised I was probably going to pinch movies off you.
Most likely.
So I've limited myself to only 2 movies in my hobbiness. So my number 5 is a joint thingy between Captain America Civil War and Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders.
Oh, you little shite bag. I like that. Civil War, yeah, I'll give you Civil War. I like that. Return of the Cape Crusaders, I know you enjoyed it, but
I fucking loved it.
top 5 worthy?
Yeah, well, yeah, apparently so, because I've done it.
Apparently so, because you've done it.
I loved the movie. As I said to you at the time, it's probably the best time I've had watching a movie the entire year, and I stand by that. I didn't put other, DC and Marvel movies in there because I didn't want to ruin it for you. So
thank you very much.
I'm not taking anything away from those other movies because you know that I love them. But Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders, and I think is a fucking fantastic animated film. As we said, you said on the Christmas episode, I think it was, perfectly captures the feel of the show from the 60s. Pardon me. Captain America Civil War, I've got to have a Marvel movie in there.
Yeah, I know you will.
I'm a Whedon horror, as you know. Yeah. I know it wasn't Whedon, but still. And I'm a Spider-Man horror as well, and Spider-Man's in there, so that's it.
Yeah, I know. I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that one.
So, on you go.
Yeah, my number 5. Probably going to get a bit of grief for this one, because it is a sequel movie, and we have had a lot of sequel movies this year, but it's a sequel movie to a movie that I absolutely adored, but a lot of people are hating the second one, saying it's very, very bad. In fact, it has killed the franchise. My number 5 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Wow.
Again, like you say, with the Cape Crusader movie, I absolutely adored this movie. I had such a good time watching it. I know we went to the Maltons, which isn't the best cinema in the world, but
it's a decent cinema, but it was ruined by a couple of loud little bastards at the back.
But I thoroughly I enjoyed the first movie. I really enjoyed the second movie. It could have done with a bit of a better ending, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. As I said, I texted you the other day, last week or something like that, saying that I downloaded the movie and I'd watched it, and I fucking love it. It's a great time. It's, there's nothing wrong with the movie.
Yeah. I love it. I'll always watch it. I loved it.
It's one of those movies, there was a couple this year that we stood up for. That one being one of them that didn't deserve the hatred that it got.
Yes.
And it certainly wasn't a franchise killer. I don't know what that's about, but
it is a bit mental that people are saying that, but it seems to be number 4, my good friend. So
my number 4, I'm not sure if you've seen this one yet.
Ooh.
Yeah. This was a movie that came out a few months ago. It's a movie that I had a great time. I saw it in the cinema with Paul. The movie stars Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and fuck knows how many others. The movie is The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, I've still not watched it. I keep meaning to. I really want to, and I will. But
great. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it does look pretty damn good. I love the original. The original's great. I love the fact that Chris Pratt's in it. Denzel, I'll watch anything with those dudes. So I will get round to watching that movie.
I think you should. It's a good story. It's not, it's so many movies now are worried about, universe building and all that kind of thing. And in a lot of the movies, like Age of Ultron, for example. I know that's not 2016, but we'll go with it. Age of Ultron, the story got convoluted because they were so worried about building Phase 3.
Yes.
Fucking Thor in the pool. And all that kind of thing. So this movie isn't worried about universe building. It's just there to tell a story. It introduces you to its characters, and it tells the story.
Yeah.
And it's great. And it's it's a good story. There's a lot of action. It's funny. Good performances from Denzel, as always. Chris Pratt, as always. So that was my number 4.
Awesome. My number 4, and I hobbied this one, much like you did with your first one. I hobbied this one because the same guy is in both movies. I did love one of them a little bit more than the other, but not enough to give it a number 3 position. Chris Pine has had 2 good movies this year that I've enjoyed. You're not going to like the first one. When I say Star Trek Beyond. because I don't care what you say, I thoroughly enjoyed Star Trek Beyond. I had a good time with it. I was in a pissy-ass mood when I went in and watched it.
I was a pissy-ass mood when I came out.
Yeah, I came out complete opposite. But he also made an absolute stormer of a movie called Hell or High Water. With,
yes, he did. And oh shit, you know what else? The Finest Hours. That was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was this year as well.
Yeah.
Ben Foster was also in that one. He was in this one. Hell or High Water and Star Trek Beyond, number 4.
Loved Hell or High Water. Loved the hell out of it. You know my feelings towards Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the rage out of you.
I'm not getting raging because I'm having cider.
Okay, so you're number 3.
My number 3 is a movie, believe it or not. It's a movie directed by Jon Favreau. It's a movie that I was a bit meh. Okay, they're doing that, meh. But I watched it, and he is directing. Fuck, I can't remember which one he's doing next, but he's doing another one. Anyway, so the movie is a Disney movie, and it is The Jungle Book.
I had a feeling you were going to put this on because I remembered how much you enjoyed this movie.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It looks great. There's a lot more to it because I said to you a few weeks ago that I'd watched The Beauty and the Beast after we spoke about it. But after watching the Jon Favreau version of The Jungle Book, I went back and rewatched the classic Disney one from the 50s or whatever it was. I forget. Not taking anything away from the Disney classic because you can't do that; they'll have you killed. But the Jon Favreau one, there's a lot more story to it. The performances are brilliant. Idris Elba, for example, as Shere Khan, fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a fucking great story, and it looks amazing. Is it The Lion King he's doing next?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
The Lion
okay,
King.
fine.
It's very much The Lion King.
Yeah. I'm still a bit although not as much as fucking Guy Ritchie even doing Aladdin, but we'll see what happens with that.
That was your number 3.
I was.
My number 3 is a Ben Affleck movie. Possibly the first of 2 Ben Affleck movies. Maybe not.
Okay.
But my number 3 is The Accountant.
Loved it.
I absolutely love The Accountant. I went into it not expecting a great deal. Came out of it thinking, what a film. Ben Affleck, you can act like a bastard.
He can act like... Well, we knew that already,
Yeah,
Kev.
we knew that, but he can act like an absolute bastard. And considering the hate he was getting this year... Well, to be fair, he wasn't getting any of the real hate from that movie, but he wasn't exactly feeling happy about the last movie he made, so...
The Accountant was great, though.
I love The Accountant. I love him in it. I love John Bernthal in it. I love everybody in that movie. The Accountant is fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
The thing is with that, there's a lot of comedy moments in as well, because he's a bit of a, he's on the spectrum type thing, isn't he? Yeah, very much on the spectrum. And there's a bit, spoilers, towards the end of the movie, they're sat in the living room, and the big bad comes out of one of the doors, and he starts speaking, and Ben Affleck just fucking shoots him in the head. And he looks at John Bernthal and goes, sorry. It's fucking great. It's fucking great.
It is.
I'm completely with you there. I absolutely love that movie.
So, that brings us to your number 2.
Aye. So, my number 2 is a sequel, and it's a movie that I've watched a lot this year. As we said a few times on the show, we've both been on a bit of a horror kick.
Yeah.
And this movie just fucking grabbed me in places that I didn't want to be grabbed. And the actors are brilliant in it. The story is scary as hell. It's The Conjuring 2.
Also my number 2.
Wow. Blimey. Exciting.
I almost had it at number 1, but there's a movie this year that just pushed it out for me.
You're not going to hobby your number 1?
I may hobby my number 1 with about 6 films. But but yeah, I love The Conjuring 2 as well. Absolutely phenomenal movie. It stands alone as more than a horror movie. It could be its own thing, its own genre. They absolutely just tear the horror genre apart with that film, and they just made an all-out amazing movie.
They did, absolutely. I did actually rewatch the first one.
No.
And it's good. It's good, but it's nowhere close to the second one.
I've not watched the first one in a while.
Right. It's good. It's all right. It's a good, scary movie, but yeah, it doesn't even touch The Conjuring 2. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with The Conjuring 3.
Yeah, it should be good. It should be good, whatever they do.
hopefully they won't insidious it and go like back in time and all that. You know,
Most likely. You know fine well they will.
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Never that. But you mean those two, Norma Bates and the other one? They're great.
They're fantastic. It's like I say, it's just a movie that can stand by itself that I was completely blown away by.
Yes.
So,
have you got any honourable mentions before we get to our number ones?
Honourable mentions? I had Suicide Squad. I wasn't going to put that on my top 5. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I also had Money Monster with George Clooney. And,
Shit, I forgot about that.
And what's his face? The young Brit lad that we both love.
Fuck.
That's bad. Jack O'Connell.
That's the one. Well done.
And I had the Anton Yelchin movie Green Room as well.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, I know you didn't see that. I don't know if, again, 2016... What a bastard. It's taken just about everyone. I don't know if it was just because I watched it just after that. But it's a great movie. Yelchin was a fantastic little actor. Mm-hmm. And it's the last thing that I watched him in, like, physically, because I'm watching the TV series Troll Hunters on Netflix, which is an animation that he does a voice in.
Right.
And they had to finish it without him. It's a good little series, but Green Room was the last thing I saw him in that was like a physical appearance. So, yeah, Green Room. Any honourable mentions for you?
Okay. Yeah, well, I've got a couple. Yeah, I didn't put Suicide Squad on my list. I've got honourable mentions of Batman vs Superman because, you know, I like the movie, but I wasn't going to put that on my list because I know you. But I couldn't put Suicide Squad in there because I don't see me watching it again.
No?
Because I know that fucking shit is coming towards the end of the movie.
The trash monster.
The fucking sky beam and the stupid fucking witch is not Willow out of Buffy. So I know that's coming and I don't want to watch it again because of that. Which is a fucking shame because, you know, I enjoyed the movie in the cinema. You know, Will Smith, Jai Courtney, we don't call him that anymore. Margot Robbie, bloody everyone. Joel Kinnaman as well was great, but you can see me, right?
I can see you. You can't see me, but I can see you.
Yeah. You wanking right now.
Right, so...
Anyway, so yeah, honourable mentions. I've got Anthropoid.
Yep, I remember that
which I mentioned on the show a few episodes ago. Denial.
Yep, great movie.
Which is fucking great. Everybody should go and watch that. I think it's been overlooked. Didn't you say that the other day? It's been overlooked a bit.
Much overlooked. It's getting shit, basically.
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Imperium with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yep, great movie.
And speaking of last movies, Eye in the Sky with Helen Mirren and Alan Rickman.
I forgot that was this year.
Yeah,
excellent choice. Excellent.
And one last one. He's been on the show. Nice little plug. Leopard.
I like that.
Everyone go and watch that. It was actually one of my favourite movies of the year. Genuinely, it's a cracking movie. It's on demand now, so... Leopard, give it a watch.
Right.
There you go.
So we are going to move on to our number ones. However, I have a cheeky little surprise coming on right now. Somebody is going to join us for our number ones.
I see.
I will dial them in now.
Happy New Year, you glorious motherfuckers. What's up?
Hello, my man. How you doing?
Sorry, man. We were just slavering on about our top 5s. We've just finished doing our honourable mentions. We have our number ones to go. Chris had no idea this was going to happen.
Yahoo! Surprise!
I sprung another one on him a little bit earlier. We had Haze, who's on the show with us a little while back.
Yes.
He came back on, his first time back for a while. But we couldn't talk about the movies we've had this year without having, you know... The man from the Jock and Nerd, the Jock that is, the nerd that is, sorry, Imran.
Wow, Kev.
I know I called you a millennial there. I'm sorry, Imran, I'm sorry.
I'm not the millennial, that's the Jock. But thanks for the invite, and I was super excited to surprise Chris.
Of course.
And how's Haze doing? I remember him from back in the day when I was blabbing and driving and we're talking about The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
remember those days?
That's right.
You used to chime in with your little two cents. Oh, man, you know what? It's almost as if I planned all this shit.
It all ties together. Well done, my friend. How are my doppelcasters doing this New Year's Eve, man? What's going on?
Doing very, very well, yeah. Neither of us can be bothered going out at New Year, so we decided to podcast it instead.
Dude, it's amateur hour. I don't go outside for New Year's. It's just, I don't want to deal with it. It's ridiculous.
It is.
They charge way too much money for places that are normally free. Like, what are you doing?
Full of weekend warriors as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Especially in our town. I mean, you live in a lovely place like the Shy Town. We live in bumfuck Berwick, you know? It's
Yeah. What goes on? What's the party scene like down there on New Year's Eve?
Oh, well, you know, the pub will have about 3 people in it. 2 of them will be over 80, so, you know.
Yeah.
See, that's my kind of New Year's Eve. I would enjoy that. I'm going to have to come check it out one of these days.
Well, we're headed over to your neck of the woods next year. Not Chicago, obviously, but next September we're heading over
I
there.
heard.
Really looking forward to checking out America. Fuck.
Cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
That's exciting, despite the fact that you're only going to Cincinnati. But look, it's good enough for the first time. Maybe your baby step. You baby step your way.
Well, that's the thing. I saw that Spike Lee movie. I don't know if I don't know if I'm ready for the Chicago yet. Like
it's like that, but there's more singing and less shooting, or maybe it's the other way around. No, there's less singing, more shooting. You're right. Sorry,
right, more shooting.
I got that backwards.
So Imran, we've just been doing our top 5 movies of the year kind of thing. We've still got our number ones to go. We're keeping the listener hanging. Do you want to throw out some movies that you've thoroughly enjoyed this year before we do our number ones?
Well, we did a little ranking of our own, and I was just editing that show.
Nice.
But of course, you can't deny Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
Just being just the amazing piece of work. Some of the best battle scenes, and look, Chris is with me here. Gave us a new Spider-Man. We got to see a Spider-Man. Every moment was just so delicious, fantastic. Rich, complex movie, dude. You can't. I don't know. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was pants. It was named Batman, Superman.
Fuck you. We all know. You can give us spoilers here, Imran. We know that Anthony's number 1 for 2016 was Batman versus Superman.
Well, you're just gonna have to listen to the episode.
We already know it is. He raves about it all the time. He raves about it, so we know it is.
Oh boy, you're really gonna enjoy his comments for the movie this upcoming episode. By the way, that's the best fucking bit ever. I love it. That's hilarious.
And you know what, Imran? We're going to keep that going until we stop doing this.
I think you should.
Until we meet him in person and he tries to kill us.
Yeah, and then he's like, so what did I say about that movie, motherfuckers?
Yeah, I do think. Although I think I will give him a bit of a Ronda Rousey and take him out in 48 seconds.
Wow, I saw a photo and I just, that was crazy. Daniel Nosker posted on our Facebook group and I was like, wow, I didn't expect that quick of a finish.
Oh, she got pasted.
You love that, don't you, Kev?
I feel bad for her state of mind now. God, what is she going to go through now?
Imran, all due respect, mate, I do not feel bad about her state of mind at all.
Yeah, right, good. She ain't got no movies. All her movie deals fell through.
Oh, shame.
Thing ain't working out.
So we said before to Haze, Vince McMahon will have her in the WWE.
Oh, of course he will.
Oh, that's not a bad move. It's like a combination of both things that she's kind of trying to do.
It'll be her and The Rock main event in WrestleMania next year or something. I don't know.
Way less painful.
And not real.
Yeah.
So Chris, while we have Imran on, do you want to get to your number 1?
My number 1?
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay. So my number 1, it was a smaller movie that came out this year. Came out on the second part of the year. This is a movie starring Blake Lively. And my favourite movie this year is The Shallows.
Wow, really? Wow.
I absolutely loved that movie.
I did not expect that.
No?
I really did. I knew you liked the movie. I knew you enjoyed it. I saw you bought the Blu-ray when I was at yours the other day, but I mean, top 5 worthy? Jeez,
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
It's a good show.
So I haven't seen it, and is it more than just like a shark in the water the whole time movie? Was that just like a tease of what the movie really is? She's
a surfer, and obviously, stuff happens and she gets attacked by a shark. So she gets stranded on like a rock, and she's trying to survive. And I think the tide goes down, and she's only got like 8 hours or something until the tide comes back up again.
So it's a shark and water movie, is what you're saying.
Say again?
It's a shark and water movie, is what you're saying.
Well, you're not going to get a shark on land movie, are you? Unless you're on sci-fi.
Well, yeah, I suppose if it's on Sci-Fi, you're getting shot.
Sci-Fi has 12 of those movies already out.
But honestly, Imran, you should check it out. It's a really, really good movie. I mean, the shark looks great. I know you can sometimes struggle with movies like that when the shark is CGI, but the shark looks great. It's got a good story to it. It is essentially a woman on a rock hiding from a shark.
But can she carry a movie on her own?
Yeah, well, I thought she could.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
I thought she did a great job, and yeah, I would recommend it to anyone. I've watched it I don't know how many times I've watched it this year. I really, really enjoyed it.
Is it wank material? Is that why you keep watching it?
Good question.
I'm not going to answer that.
that my friends, is a yes.
I might have to check it out now.
So yeah,
it's Blake Lively in a bikini, so you know.
And she is Blake Lively, so you know.
She is. That's how that works.
So yeah, my number one, as Chris probably assumed, I have completely hobied this number one. However, I don't think he's going to get the other one. At number one, I went straight in. I put Rogue One there because I cannot deny how much I loved Rogue One. I was absolutely blown away by the movie as it stands. Everything about it. We did our spoiler episode. We did like a spoiler-free / spoiler episode. And that little scene at the very end, which we've already talked about earlier, it just fucking blew me away. Absolutely. And it's even more pertinent now, a couple of days later.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Yeah. No, that's a good number one, man. I really enjoyed this movie. We also have a Jock and Nerd podcast review, but talk about a fan film made by a fan for fans, but done in the right way, done for like the old school fans. Like Force Awakens,
exactly,
all right, this is new generation fans. You got to reboot this thing. This one is like, it took me back. It had X-Wing fighters. I had an X-Wing fighter when I was a kid. And so it was like he's playing in my toy box. And it was great, and and the ending is amazing. Like, what a ballsy ending! And then, do you guys want a Vader spinoff? Give me some Vader spinoff movies.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
Yes, that was the first thing I said as we came out of the cinema. Give me that movie. Give me that movie.
We need that movie now. It's not a movie. I mean, I've been saying ever since Disney took over, and ever since they said we're going to do solo spin-off movies, I was like, no, I don't want none of that shit. I don't want none of that shit. Give me another trilogy. Give me another trilogy after that. Another trilogy after that. Keep telling me about the Skywalkers. I'm perfectly all right. I watched Rogue One and I came out and I was like, you know what? Give me a Han Solo movie.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking Boba Fett movie. Give me a fucking Darth Vader movie. Give me a Lando Calrissian movie. I'll watch that shit as well, you know? Like, so yeah, Rogue One, Gareth Edwards, what a fucking job he did with that. It's for me, it's a flawless movie, and I had to put it straight in at number one. I did share it with another movie that I also enjoyed equally as much this year, but for a completely different reason, and that was Deadpool.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't not have Deadpool in my top 5.
Wait, so you're not putting Batman vs Superman in your top 5?
Oh, surprising.
I really wanted to, but I struggled because, Imran, the movies I have in my top 5, I had Ben Affleck's The Accountant.
Okay.
I had that in there. That's an amazing movie. I had Hell or High Water.
I don't know that one.
The Chris Pine movie with Ben Foster.
I heard you guys talk about that, yeah.
I did hobie that one with Star Trek Beyond, which didn't go down well with Chris. I had The Conjuring 2.
Okay.
Because what a movie that was. And then I finished it off with Deadpool and Rogue One. And I love Batman vs Superman. You know I love Batman vs Superman.
Bless you.
Thank you.
As you can tell, Chris has a bit of a cold.
And I've got a cold coming here.
But yeah,
you're in the land of tea and honey, my friend. Take care.
BVS didn't quite make the cut. It's still
look. You can enjoy it, but it's undeniable the problems that movie has.
It has no problems, Imran. I'm not having right. Fuck you. Deadpool's out. Deadpool is out. Batman versus Superman. In fact, Rogue One.
I got him to flip. His list.
Rogue One is out. They're all out. It's BVS at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
No, look, Deadpool. What a great this is an adult comedy that just happens to be a superhero movie. You know, This is a genre of superhero movies that I think we didn't know we wanted, but I wanted the hangover of superhero movies, and it's something Marvel is definitely not going to do. So good for Fox for doing this. And then they're going to give us an R-rated Wolverine, which is another thing. Give me an adult violent Wolverine movie, and now we're getting that, which is awesome.
Finally.
You know, I am actually looking forward to that one.
That looks, yeah. I mean, the trailer, the music choice, the look of it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you hear a bit of Johnny Cash in a movie trailer, you think, oh.
Perfect use of that song. Perfect trailer. Like, that trailer is great.
I can't say I'm overly sold on Logan with the trailer, but I will watch it. So, is there a movie, Imran? Before we will let you go, we're limited on time, so we're going to let you go in a little bit. But is there a movie this year that you have thought was going to be good, and you were utterly, utterly disappointed with, that you could tell us about?
Oh, you're not going to like my answer.
You're going to say Batman versus Superman. I know you are.
No, look, I think what you just said describes how I feel a little bit about Batman versus Superman, because what a disappointment. Like, they have the three of the most iconic superheroes ever, and they're struggling to figure out how to get this thing launched, and I hope Wonder Woman's good. It looks awesome. That's the thing, like the hype, the anticipation for that movie. Now, the one thing that can be saved is Zack Snyder has a point of view. He has a perspective, at least, where you look like X-Men Apocalypse, which was also very disappointing and completely forgettable. Like, I think a lot of people forgot that movie even came out this year.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, a lot of people did. So at least Snyder has a perspective. His perspective just makes me angry. That's the problem.
I like that, Imran. That's why I wanted to get you on when we did this little section, because we both like Batman vs Superman, as you know. We both like it. We've made excuses for. Well, we haven't made excuses for it. We've just defended it. I wanted to get you on to give us a little bit of act right. I wasn't going to have Tony on because he's a millennial, so I wasn't going to. Those people's views and opinions do not count in my
They don't count.
So it's been lovely to get you on. Do you want to shill the shit out of Jock and Nerd, and then we will wrap it up with you, buddy?
Oh, sure. Thank you guys so much for this invite, and I've been dying to, do another show with you guys. We must do another full crossover. Definitely. But you guys, for the listener, if you want to check out the crossover with us, just visit jockandnerd.com. I believe it was episode 52, like the DC 52, where you guys came on. But look, we're a weekly show. We geek out about comic book stuff on the TV, movies, news, reviews, interviews. You guys have been doing a bang-up job with your interviews also. Keep it up. But, of course, as always, my favorite part is just when you guys bicker. When you guys fight, that's why I tune in every week. But check out the Jock and Nerd podcast. jockandnerd.com. Happy New Year, you guys.
That's what we kept saying, wasn't it, Chris? Because we kept getting these interviews, and it was like, oh, sweet, we'll talk about that. But then after a while, it was like, you know what? We need to do an episode just us two. And that ended up being probably one of my favorite episodes of the whole year.
It's just what your listeners want. You're getting it straight from a listener.
Yeah, that's why we split everything off, and it's got its own little thing now, so we can just talk about our shit, because we know people love hearing us fight.
But that's the beauty of this medium. It's like you can do both things. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules. It all works. You don't like it, don't listen to it. It doesn't matter.
And if anybody has taught me that over the last 2 years, Imran, it's you.
Oh, thanks. Oh, that's the sweetest thing anybody's ever said to me, guys.
You've been an absolute pleasure, over the time that we've been talking and we've been hitting each other up. And I mean, when I started getting things sorted with the studio and that, you were all about that. Thank you very much. That's why I had to have you on for the New Year's episode.
I love you guys. It's one of the best things to come out of the Jock and Nerd podcast is that we became friends with you guys, and we've never even met in person. Well, so here's to another great year of this stuff.
Someday we will.
I mean, we're going over there next year. We'll see.
Yeah, but dude, that's still like 6 hours away from me.
We'll see what it's like in Cincy, and then if we can take that, we'll come over the Blood and Bullets at your side.
We'll play it by ear. Maybe we meet in the middle somewhere. We'll work it out. There's potential there. You're in country. Yeah. We'll make it work out.
Fuck yeah.
Right on.
No pond too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, Imran, thank you very much. Have a great new year. We will message you at 12 o'clock to tell you whether Trump's America has imploded.
Oh, boy. Oh, we got till January 20th. It's fine. Not
good,
official.
Man.
Yep, thank you very much, Imran. That's been great, man.
Bye.
That's been absolutely great.
See you later, brother.
Come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum!
Astro Radio Z is a horror, cult, exploitation film podcast hosted by me, Derek Carey. I was one of those monster kids growing up. The one that used to sit in the back end of that video store and scour over every single last film cover you saw back there. From the slashers, to the monsters, to the sleazy stuff. Yeah, I was freaking obsessed. And I still am. So much so, I became a filmmaker myself. Now I bring on all my filmmaker friends, critics, musicians, and any other fans of the dark arts, which are horror, exploitation, and cult film. Are you one of these people? Then tune in and listen to my show, Astro Radio Z.
Yeah, man.
That was Imran.
That was fucking Imran.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, you happy with that one?
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
There is possibly more to come.
Well, shit.
So yeah, I mean, we have had a year, Chris.
We have had a year, Kev. We have.
We've had an unbelievable year. It's been, I mean, for lack of a better word, unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've done a lot of stuff this year. You know, as a podcast, we've come a hell of a long way, I think.
I think we definitely have. We started off with at the start of the year, we brought everybody our goodness with Haze, who we spoke to a little bit earlier, with the Talking Dead. That was kind of where we started the year, which, you know, it got a bit much, but we thoroughly enjoyed it. We love talking to Chris every week. It was great fun, but The Walking Dead kind of disappointed us by being good for that second half of the season.
Yeah, it did kind of.
And it's no fun if you're not talking shit about programs.
Well, no, it's okay to say, oh god, that was awesome. Yeah, I was looking forward to having a bitch because when we did the gaming episode with Haze,
yeah,
he got very, very angry.
He did.
And I was really looking forward to that over the 7 weeks. Was it 7 weeks that we did the Talking Heads?
Yeah, it was 7 weeks. Yep.
And I was really looking forward to having that, but it never really came about. Not until the final episode, which was shit. well, no, the final episode was good, apart from the final 10 minutes of the final episode. But, you know, it happens.
I know what you're saying. But yeah, we've cracked on this year, and we built on last year where we had the Showmasters. We were going to the Showmasters Comic-Cons. We attended another 2 or 3 of them. The Glasgow and Newcastle ones. We had some more cracking interviews with people that we kind of... Well, let's be honest, if we weren't doing this, it probably would never have happened.
Well, exactly. But, you know, we got to meet the Borg Queen.
We got to meet the Borg Queen, Alice Cridge, a few months back. But way back at the start of the year, we got to actually phone on his personal phone. We got to phone Ross fucking Marquand.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Of the Walking Dead fame, which
that was our first sort of dipping our toe into the water of that whole thing, and
yeah, that was unbelievable.
It had a rocky start to it because of some moron on a reception desk, but you know.
Yeah, these things can't be helped.
As we know from this year, morons are everywhere. But there was an awesome interview with Ross Marquand, and I think he enjoyed it as well because we met him in person in Newcastle shortly after that, and we had a bit crack with him. And
such a genuinely nice bloke who gave us the idea to go out and start our own convention like the Walker Stalker guys, and we were like, yeah, baby steps, Ross, baby steps.
See, you being you, I'm surprised you didn't launch it that night.
Yeah, that night I should have just came home and like been on the phone to people and just be like...
Although we were pretty drunk, I think, by the time we got home, so maybe that's why.
Oh, hell's yeah.
Yeah. So
we had that. We also spoke to somebody from Harry Potter. I can't remember his name. You loved speaking to him. But
Devin Murray?
That was the one, and then a
Murray.
couple of days later we found out he was a bit of a wrong'un, so... It
was months later, it wasn't days later, was it? I don't think he's a wrong one. I think he's just been a bit of a naughty lad.
I love it. But we also spoke to Ian McNeice, who I thoroughly enjoyed speaking to. He had some great stories to tell.
That was great. I'd love to speak to him more.
Yeah, we've had some bang-up review episodes over the year. We had our big review of the Batman vs Superman, where we put the world to rights.
We did put the rights to that one before we got drunk and watched WrestleMania.
Yeah,
But we both enjoyed Batman versus Superman. Imran's been talking there about the stuff and things that's wrong with it. So, but he's wrong.
Imran's allowed his opinions. And
there you go.
We afford him those opinions.
Well, Imran's allowed his opinions because he's not a millennial.
Yeah, okay. But the other one, no thanks.
No, not the millennial one. No, never.
You can't keep talking shit about a movie that you have so many times told people you love. Like, if you do posing for photos, doing hand gestures, then you're not allowed an opinion on Batman versus Superman. That's just the rules. I'm afraid that is the rules. We've had some pretty badass interviews as well this year. We've had our good friend Gary Chudley's been on. He came on for the Civil War review. The creator and writer of the comic book Plagued. Really, we need to get Gary back on.
We do need to get Gary back on, because Plagued is a fucking awesome book. I did tell you I bought the trade version of it, the trade copy of it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So I kind of want to meet him in person so I can get it signed because I think that's going to be worth something,
Do you think so?
I think so. It's a good story.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
We had the Damp Night guys on when we started doing our little indie interviews. We wanted to bring on local people who we just thought needed to be seen and heard. Mostly heard because we're an audio podcast. But we had the Damp Night guys on, we had Ian Lawson on, and we had Andrew Valentine on, all separately, of course, in their own episodes. But, we've had some pretty fucking cool local people on.
Well, we have, we wanted to do that at the start of this year even. We wanted to get in touch with more local people, and by God, we did it.
We've had a fucking cracking year. And then on top of that, as well as the local guys and the indie sort of scene, we've had some pretty badass sort of indie interviews with people of the industry, which, again, that was something that we would toy in with, and then we got into it, and then holy shit, it fucking took off.
It very, very, very took off, yes.
and
pretty much just like a drop of a needle kind of just went, fuck, this is mental. It kind of started off, we had Cav and Scott on talking about Doctor Who and Star Wars.
That was awesome.
So that was a great episode, an absolutely cracking episode. And then, things just kind of went crazy, didn't they?
Yeah, very much so. I remember many a time sat in your house or sat in the cave and being like, okay, so we have 4 weeks in the month, we do 2 episodes a month, and we have 20 people wanting to come on. We're fucked.
It could have benefited from Santa Claus time.
Yeah, we could have done with some Santa Claus time, definitely.
But January is already shaping up to be exactly that again.
Yep.
So look out for Andrew Valentine coming back on to speak about his new album, and then we've got loads of other people as well coming on in January. So we're not going anywhere. But let's talk about some of the interviews that we had.
Oh,
so man. we had. Shite! I'm going to go blank now.
Things kind of kicked off with that with Andrew and all, and the Damp Night lads, and then, like you say, Cavan came on. We had Courtney Daniels came on.
That's what I was bloody trying to.
Who was
trying to remember Courtney's name.
An independent producer who you just loved speaking to her because she was all about the dogs and the rescue dogs and stuff.
Yeah, bless them.
And you could tell you were enjoying that interview. I remember I listened to that interview not too long ago, and you enjoyed that. You really did.
I did enjoy that.
You did. I know you did. That's why I'm saying it.
All right.
And then we had Marty Langford, who did the documentary for Doomed, which was
an absolutely amazing documentary. Fascinating.
It was, wasn't it? It was. You know what it is? It's because we get sent these things, and you look at them and you think, oh, they're just wanting somebody to write about it. I'll give it a watch, and then when you watch it and you thoroughly fucking enjoy it, which seems to be the theme with me right now. A lot of these indie movies that we're being sent, I'm watching them and I'm actually really, really enjoying it. The likes of Leopard with Owen Macken, who we ended up getting on the show as well, and he was an absolute dynamite chav. He really...
And you want to translate that for anyone else who's not from Berwick?
Chav, bloke. Chav means bloke. So,
right, that's fine.
So he was absolute dynamite. And that was one of those interviews that it could have went awry because we ended up having to come back the next night to finish it off, and it was kind of like, is he going to call back? Are we going to finish this off? And he did, and it was amazing. It
was a great interview. It was great speaking to Owen. As you said, there's a few. These things happen. We're speaking to. Oh, he's in California, wasn't he? So we're in little old Berwick. He's in California. So these things are bound to happen, and they did. So, but it was still a great interview, an awesome interview with him, and Leopard was brilliant.
Leopard was great. We had the guy that I got specifically to come on for you, which was David Michael Latt, the producer of numerous movies, but the main one being Sharknado.
Great. That was another one I absolutely loved.
You were so happy about that one because it was Sharknado. That's why I did.
That's the thing. That's the thing with this year, though. We mentioned got to interview Boar Queen, got to interview the guy who makes Sharknado. Got to interview a guy who's from Maryland.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's so fucking cool.
All people that we completely geek out about, and we love some of the shit that they're doing, and it's nice to be able to get them on just to talk about it.
Of course it is.
But I'm going to come to, I think, possibly my favourite interview of the year. And I want to mention this one. I want to give it a special little bit of light because you worked so hard in getting this. I mean, a lot of the other ones, some of them was like, it was mostly me trying to get them done. But this one, you worked so hard on for months to get. And then I think we both at one point thought, this isn't going to happen. I
think so, yeah. I think it was, well, basically, they're so busy.
Oh, they were. Of course they were, but we kind of thought maybe we're going to have to push this till next year. And then it came through, and we got the director Lance Nielsen and Mike Beckenham, which was a huge surprise for us.
It certainly was.
Coming on the episode to talk about the Pegasus Bridge movie, which it was so fascinating talking to those guys. I absolutely loved that interview. It's one of my favourites so far.
Well, there's more coming with those boys in 2017. Not exactly sure at what point because we're so fucking busy already, but there is more coming with those guys because, as you say, Kev, it was absolutely fascinating speaking to them.
It was. And that was one of the ones that I was kind of like a little bit dubious of, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself talking to the guys. So I was happy. Like I say, 100% probably my favourite interview of the year.
Yeah. You were just dubious because, you weren't like up on the WW2 talk, were you?
No, not really, but I got
That's a really wanky term. I'll change the World War II.
Yeah. It is a wanky term.
I apologise. I apologise sincerely. I'm never ever going to say that again.
Good lad.
But it was great having those guys on, and I had a bruise on my arm for a couple of days after from you punching me when you realised we were getting Mike Beckingham on the show.
God, yeah, that was a big surprise. Guy was an absolute legend of a bloke. Really enjoyed speaking to him. I would love to get him back on again.
Well, I think he's got a few movies coming out. 2017, so we will watch this space and see what happens.
I think it'll happen. It'll all happen.
I think it will.
We're going places. That's a travel agent, isn't it?
I don't know.
Towards the end of the year, we kind of finished off. A couple of months back, we did a 7-week stint on another podcast, and I want to talk about that. Another damn wrestling show. We helped those guys out. I had an absolute blast doing that show, and I just wanted to mention it a little bit and see what your thoughts Did you enjoy doing that show?
Oh, of course I did. I mean, I love speaking about the wrestling. Yeah. I'm more of a fan of WWE than you are.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were moments you were getting into it, I think, weren't there?
I was loving it. It was just we took it on, and I was kind of like, oh, cool. I'm going to watch Raw every week, and then I was like, oh, so I'm watching Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, and 2 pay-per-views a month.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It kind of started off like, oh, that's pretty cool. We're going to get to speak about wrestling. 5 weeks later, I was like, I want to watch a movie.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. I thank all 3 of the guys, Matt, Joe, and the other one, for letting us go on their show and take over the way we did. We absolutely smashed their pasties in, and we took over their show, and it was a blast. So
we did have a good time doing it.
I want to extend a little thanks.
Just don't ask again. But I did get to take the lovely Annie out for a haggis dinner.
You did.
And then a couple of other things after that as well. So that was fucking awesome.
Did she come round for Christmas haggis dinner as well, or
not Christmas, Boxing Day?
Boxing Day,
Boxing Day, yeah.
You got to have Boxing Day. You got to have the leavings on Boxing Day.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, that was absolutely great, and that also led to us attending our first ever ICW live event.
It did. It did, and we got the chant "You suck" to Kurt Angle.
Oh, we chanted "You suck," which was awesome, and just fucking hell, man, that was a great night.
And Team 3D.
Team 3D. And we got to make absolute assholes of ourselves when we chanted, "Get the table!" too early.
Oh, everybody was doing it, though.
Yeah.
We have had a cracking year, and, roll on 2017. We've got some plans, motherfucker.
It is incoming, and it is going to be amazing.
No, look for the 365 Flicks podcast in 2017. We've got pots on the fire and stuff and things.
Pots on the fire. Is that like a Viking term?
No, it just means fingers in pies.
I prefer fingers in pies.
Right.
I like to have a finger in pies.
Anyway, but okay, fingers and pies backwards.
So I have one more thing. One more thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to try and dial someone in.
Is it Beyonce? Because I was about to speak about Beyonce there.
We will get to the Beyonce bit. You might want to do that on this bit, because these people will absolutely tear you apart for it. I have actually only ever spoken to these guys on Twitter and Slack and stuff like that. I've never actually spoken to these guys, so this should be awesome. So let's just see what happens here.
Okay.
And I have nothing to do for this section, so let's just hope it goes well.
I see.
Hey, how are you?
Chris, can you hear that?
Oh, that can only be Eric.
No.
Oh, that is an insult. Eric wants to come on. I couldn't get a hold of him, and then he just sent me a message. Should I have him add you guys?
Oh, get him on. So, Chris, I'm assuming you understand this is the guys from Weird Science.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got their names wrong, but the thought was there.
I mean, Jim.
Yes.
Jim, I never told Chris I was doing any of this tonight. We've had two other guests on so far. They've all been surprises, but I'm going to be honest with you, Chris, this one was for me.
Yes.
And I don't actually have anything to talk about, so we're just going to have to go off the rails a little bit.
It'll be fine. It's the weird, it's those guys who will be talking fucking until about 4 a.m. or something. So.
Yeah, we'll keep going. No. Hey, what the hell?
No.
What time is it there?
20 past 10.
Oh, really?
10,
nice.
Yeah. I did actually message Jim, and I says, when I say 10 to 15 minutes, I mean 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes.
No, it'll be fine.
We have the handcuffs on us. We ended up last night. We had our end of year award show that was supposed to be an hour, and it was 3 hours and 3.5 hours. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So Chris, apparently people think that Jim sounds like Alan Arkin.
Yeah. I don't know about that. When we first started, I was at least I'm not as monotone as I was. I think that's why people say that. It's a rip on me. They're freaking giving me shit. I was even going to get Reggie on, but he's actually on the way home from seeing Rogue One. So he's the road.
Have you seen Rogue One yet, Jim?
I have seen it. Yes.
Oh well, we might get a little bit of that in then.
No,
why not?
You don't mind me being negative, do you?
No, you can go now. Just leave. Just go.
It's funny too because we went and saw it. Me and 3 of my kids went and saw it. And we came right home and watched New Hope, and it made me like it a little bit more. But actually, in the theater, I was a little ticked off. Not even ticked off. I was a little bored. I have to admit. So. Yeah, I know.
How can you say?
But I'm. That's the thing. I'm a huge New Hope fan, so I don't know what I actually wanted out of it because it really you couldn't do much more with it anyway.
Yeah.
For what ends up happening, so I don't know. Like it's one of those. A lot of times people will say that they hated something and have a way to make it better. I really don't know if I could make it any better. It just the beginning part just was boring to me, and I don't know. But I do disagree. A lot of people were saying that Tarkin and Leia looked awful. I thought Tarkin looked awesome. It fucking blew my mind, that whole part with him.
He did great, he did.
Yeah, I don't know what they... And I even showed my wife, because then I came home. We also have the Amazon Fire Stick. So we ended up watching it again illegally.
I'll edit that bell.
Yeah, and I showed my wife, and my wife was pretty impressed by it as well. But yeah, we had issues when we went and saw it in the theater. I don't know if you heard when we were talking on our podcast, a guy that was sitting in front of us decided to take his shoes off and put him in the seat next to my son, like reach behind and put the shoes down on the seat. And it freaked my son out, and that kind of ruined a bit of it. It was nonsense.
You can't be doing shit like that.
What the hell?
I don't know what was going on. Also, this other guy in front of my other two kids kept turning around and saying that they were kicking the seat, and they weren't. They say they weren't. I can't say that they really weren't. They're a bit of a pain in the asses themselves, so they may have been screwing with the guy. But it was crazy. I have the worst luck doing anything in life, and especially in the theater. Then, just to add to it, near the end of the movie, the ushers came in with their little, their goddamn fucking what's it called, light things with the almost look like little lightsabers, the way they have it here. I don't know if they do that there. That it kind of so they can see where they're going, but have no, it doesn't make a big disturbance. But the problem was a guy fell asleep in the aisle of the movie theater up above us. It was a whole disaster. It was not great.
That's an awesome cinema experience then.
Yes. Oh yeah. Always. I'm telling you, I always have problems. Do you know anything about the Amish over there?
Just from what I've seen on the X-Files.
They're more of like pilgrims. Well, yeah. The pilgrims. And these people are the most, they're nice. They don't like violence or whatever. We went into an area that was full of real Amish heavy area. I saw a Amish road rage with two buggies freaking next to screaming and yelling at each other and throwing fists. And, it was the craziest. I'm telling you.
The Amish don't believe in technology or anything like
that. No, yeah. They do not believe in technology. They believe in throwing down, though. They look at these guys were beating the shit out of each other. We're driving. I'm telling my kids, the Amish, they're so nice. They don't get into any, but they're beating the crap out of each other. But yeah, they don't believe in computers or cell phones or, stuff like that, which is crazy. Crazy to me.
Just one of them looked at an iPad in an Apple store.
Yeah. One of them actually decided that they were going to, check what the weather would be on the news, and they probably got pissed off and then tried to kill each other. It's crazy here. How's England today?
Great.
It's just lovely.
It's currently 20 past 10 at night our side, and it's been a shitty day all day.
Is it raining there?
It is now.
Rainy, windy.
Of course it is.
Cold. Exactly.
Yeah, it's always raining over there. That's always I haven't been in England in a while, but yeah, the last time I was there in the summer, and it pretty much rained half of the summer, and the other half was just miserable, and I just wanted to get home.
That's pretty much how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I told you, Kevin, a couple times. My mom is from Bournemouth.
Sucky place.
We went there. And boy, that is a shithole. She had spelled it out of how great it would be, and it's this. This is where people go to vacation, and there's the seashore and all this. And we went. I was like, this is nonsense. And the thing is, where I live is just as shitty in the U.S. It's very similar. Like you could probably switch our towns, and it would no difference because we live near a shitty beach here, and a bunch of crap ass people and stuff like that. But yeah, I had a really awful summer that year in England, but I have to get back because I have to show my kids what it's like to go to their grandmother's house and where she grew up, and then they can hate her more. Which is basically what happens with me. I can't stand her. So, but yeah, I think she actually. We're talking now. I think she is in England right now. She went over there for the holidays to see the rest of my family. The family I've only met once ever. So you guys are as bad as me and Eric. That you are not. You're celebrating the New Year on a podcast, right?
Definitely.
Yep.
Crazy. Are you guys drinking?
Oh yeah. Hell's yeah.
Are you?
We're not anywhere near like segregation, Reggie.
No,
we're not there yet.
No, nowhere near. I'm telling you, he will never drink again. He's given up drinking now because he drank on our 100th episode and got so goddamn drunk that he couldn't even talk, passed out. He's the worst. But yeah. I'm New Year's to me is probably my least favorite of holidays anyway. I know that people were saying like they didn't think that we were going to be recording this week, but really to me it's no big deal.
Hello.
That's Eric. See, Chris, that's Eric.
That's
you hear that voice?
I apologize, Eric. I got you and Jim mixed up.
No, it's all right. I just didn't like Jim sent me a thing like I gotta accept the request. I'm like, I requested him. I see that he's online. I don't understand, so I just tried calling to see if that would work.
How you doing?
Same as always. Nothing ever goes on with me.
Oh well, good talk.
Good talk. Good times. Fuck you, 2016. I'm out.
So basically, let me just give our listeners a little bit of knowledge. Some of our listeners will probably have listened to the Weird Science DC Comics. I have been fucking dying to speak to you guys on a podcast, and for this episode, for the New Year's episode, I decided to get a few people on as a little bit of a surprise for Chris. But I was like, you know what? I'm having something for me at the end of 2016. So
Chris was talking crap on you before you got on, Eric. So I just wanted to know. He's like, who's this Eric Shea guy? America's sweetheart.
America's sweetheart. What does that mean in Britain? Get the fuck out of here.
It means nothing.
It means everything to me, though, Eric.
All right.
Yes.
So don't you sit there and giggle at me just because I'm geeking out right now.
Yeah, really.
So start things off. Why don't you shill the shit out of Weird Science and then we'll have a little bit of a crack? Because to be perfectly honest, I don't really have a script for this.
No. Script? Script, really. Well, we are from the Weird Science DC Comics podcast, where you can look us up at the Weird Science DC Comics podcast. And I just want to say, anybody who goes from here to listen to our podcast, I'll warn them right away. It usually goes around 10 hours.
It's a big son of a bitch.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And I know that scares a lot of people off. It almost is like it's like you just got to prison and, you go into your cell and all of a sudden you're greeted by 10 inches of nonsense. And but just let it ease in. Eric always says he just overlubes and then it helps out. But yeah, we do talk about DC Comics.
You always overlube. You never underlube. What the fuck's the point of that?
There's no such thing as underlube, Eric. But yeah, we talk about DC Comics. That's our main focus, but we tend to go a little off the rails or a lot off the rails. But yeah, we also have a spotlight every Thursday that's usually around an hour long. So if you want to dip your toe in and see what it's all about. But pretty much we do the podcast and we have a website, WeirdScienceDCComics.com, and that's about it. We're nerds and freaking comic book geeks. But I don't know. We're losers, right, Aaron?
Yeah, that's what we are.
That's about it. We are pretty much. Well, again, I said to Kevin and Chris, there's 4 of us now who are actually talking on New Year's Eve on a podcast. That's about as big a bunch of losers that you could get. What the hell? And at least they're drinking.
I was out and about earlier, and I ran into my cousin at the store, and she's getting all this stuff ready for this New Year's party that all my friends are having. She's like, "Okay, I'll see you at the party." Yeah, see you there.
Yes.
You should have just said to her, "No, I'm going to speak to my British chums."
Yeah.
Yes. And also, I wanted to ask you guys: do you eat pork on New Year's Day?
No.
That's not a thing. I can't. I thought that was something my mom made me do, and I couldn't remember.
Your mother's insane. I don't care if she's from England originally. She's just insane. She has weird ideas.
She has very weird ideas. Like my dad said, when she would always say, like, "Oh, I can't wait to go home. I can't wait to," and my dad would get so angry at her, like, "God damn it, you've lived in this goddamn country for fucking twice as much as you lived in England, you bitch." And then he'd slap her, and I don't know. It
weird
really
times to Warner House.
That was Christmas morning. It's usually when that happened. It really threw me off all the time. But yeah, I didn't know why or how that whole thing of eating pork on New Year's. For some reason, I thought it was my mom's deal because she used to cook the meals. Though I will say that she's English. That means everything sucked. Everything sucked and had butter in it. That's all I got from any English cooking I've ever had. Now, when you guys get hamburgers in England, do they give you them without the bun and full of butter? Is that possible?
Without the bun?
Yeah, no bun, just patties made in butter. Is that still a thing?
Made in butter.
Butter.
Yes. You know what, guys? Please fill me in here because everything I know about England, I know from Jim and Doctor Who, so I don't know much. And it seems like he's making a lot of shit up now.
I actually think my mom might have taken me somewhere else when I was a kid. I didn't go to England because the shit that I learned when I was there, it doesn't make any sense.
We do all travel through time. Just clear that one up.
Yes, we do.
We do all travel through time, but I don't think we...
Amazing.
We do have buns on our burgers.
Buns on the burger, see? Well,
Yeah.
and do they still have the Wimpy's burger chain? Is that
that's
still a
gone.
chain?
No, I think that went bust.
And also,
Jesus
everything that
Christ.
Jim knows is over 30 years old at this point.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
just
That's
about
the
to say
problem.
that.
The last time I was there was 84.
Fucking hell.
It wasn't last week.
Well, not that much has changed. We still have racism. We still have...
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's
kind of
always...
Yeah, exactly.
That's always what, you always have to stay with the classics. You don't want to get over
Have a conversation with Kev when we're not recording, Jesus.
Yeah, oh my God, you should hear what the things Eric says. Jesus.
Hey, apparently I hate all Asians from what I learned on our
Yeah,
podcast.
that's what we've heard. We've heard this. It's not very good. Now, also, I will tell you that since I was in England, when I was in England last time, the big thing was Jamaican food and stuff like that. And then I left, and probably, about 5-6 years later, the Indian food hit hard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, that's basically what I hear everybody loves now.
No, I think Chinese food seems to be the big thing right now for us.
Thank God.
Okay. Yeah.
I just had Indian food for the first time a couple months ago, and my girlfriend was picking up on the way home from work. She's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I have no idea what I want. I've never had Indian food, and all I could think about is what freaking Dave Lister freaking ate on Red Dwarf. I was like, chicken vindaloo, and then I could not eat it. It was so goddamn hot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was the joke the whole time, but I didn't get it. It was hot as balls. You can't fucking eat it.
Well, you can't trust Red Dwarf for anything. I'm telling you, Eric. I told you that before.
I'm telling you, all my culture of the world is through goddamn television.
And TV kind of gets it wrong when it comes to the Brits, I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh, God.
Because the TV that they give you about us is very, very, very wrong.
Really?
We're not all Cockneys for a start.
No, we're not.
No? Not all soccer hooligans?
Well, that's a thing.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, because obviously we're in the U.S. and we're big football fans, American football fans. Do you guys care at all about American football when they come over to London and have those games?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody did. They keep
I don't
pushing
care about
it.
it all either because they're early fucking games.
Those games always sell out, massively sell out.
Yeah.
But I think the people that are going are just going so they can say, I was at a game.
That were there.
I
got that. The
novelty
NFL.
is what it is.
I thought that they gave out the tickets, just giving them the bums and things. But
They
I will
do.
tell you one thing, just to tell you. The teams that go over for those games are usually about the shittiest teams of the past couple seasons in the league. So it isn't indicative of the best things because the best teams aren't traveling that far for a game. There's no way. But yeah, I keep hearing all this stuff. Oh, I was, like I said, I was there 800 years ago, and people don't care about shit like that. Though when I was there, my grandfather was very obsessed with American television, and this was when I think BBC had like 4 channels, and he was so obsessed. Do you guys remember the show Dynasty?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was obsessed with
That was like the biggest
Dynasty.
thing before friggin' Star Trek The Next Generation came out in my mind.
Yeah, my grandfather thought that basically when he came here, he thought because of how small England actually is, he thought that you could just travel the whole country in like a day. And he thought that we could go visit Dynasty, like he thought it was real. Now, I'm telling you, my grandfather might have been retarded, but he really did think that these shows were real and that, he could go meet people. And I was like, it's not happening, Grandpa. Plus, he came over I think when they came over, it was like 2 months, didn't take one shower. It was awful. It really was.
That's the kind of thing we like over here, though. We like people who don't take showers.
Yeah, he was a war hero. God damn it! Don't you make fun of him, Kevin. He lost an eye for England. I'll tell you. Yeah, and that's the other thing. The guy had one eye. He'd ride in his goddamn little car, and I don't think he ever kept that one eye on the road. He was talking to us. He picked us up at the airport. I thought I was going to die. People driving like nuts.
But you read comic books, Jim. It could be he lost an eye, he got superpowers.
That is true. He might have had. He had the superpower of annoying the hell out of me that whole summer.
Grandpa Warner had a cybernetic eye.
Yes, that's the new one. He grabbed me by the last thing I saw of him. He grabbed me by the neck and slammed me into a wall. That was his superpower. And then they kicked us out of the house. We had to end up staying with my aunt.
It's because you robbed them of their money and drank all their milk.
Listen, this is why I wanted to be on with you guys. This is more of it's a psychological deal for me. I got to get this stuff off my chest with some people from Britain. I got to tell them about all the awfulness. Go find the Hammond family and take them out for me, please.
It's like a cultural exchange.
Yes. Yeah,
I think we're Dr. Melfi in this shit.
I'm telling you, what I've learned so far is everything's terrible over here and everything's terrible over there.
I think
everything's terrible everywhere.
I think things are a little bit less terrible over here though, because we don't have Trump. So
no, we've got Nigel Farage though, Kev.
Yeah, this is what I said to Eric. I'm not a political guy, but I said to Eric, the minute that Trump was elected, we're a joke again. At points we get some, when Obama came in, we were getting some props worldwide. Then Trump comes, we're a joke again. And again, I'm not political or whatever, but I don't like to be looked at as a joke. That's all my political talk for the night.
That's pretty much just America, though, to be fair.
It is. It really is. Well, it was funny. That's the other thing. When Clinton was in the president, he was doing all that stuff. All of Europe was like, so what he did, we do worse and all that. But I don't know. We're always a joke. We are a joke, right, Aaron? Joke.
I'm a joke. That makes sense to me.
That's right. I'm looking at your picture there on the thing with your headband and your eye badge. Thinking
Eric Shea has a cybernetic
Chris
eye.
is thinking. Chris is probably like, who the hell is this guy?
Got my Lost Boys headband on. What do you want from me?
So, guys, I wanted to give you a quick update because I was writing into your mailbag a little bit, and I wanted to give you a wee bit of an update on where I am with the rebirth.
Okay.
I'm currently like 8 weeks behind.
Okay.
So,
a lot of weeks.
So I'm really happy that I have your podcast to listen to.
Yes.
Because
well, I told Eric at one point we were talking about what was going on, and then I remember the one point you said, I'm getting behind, and then I haven't heard from you. You just dropped off the face of the earth as far as comic things go. Because it's tough to keep up with all these books.
Because I was trying to do what you guys do. I mean, you review every book, every episode. So I was trying to, not so much the bits and pieces, but mostly the Rebirth. I was trying to keep up with everything Rebirth was doing. And I was like, fuck this shit. I've got movies to watch. I've got...
That's what I say every time we got to do a podcast. God damn it, I got movies to watch.
Oh, really? So what are you... keep going.
And Eric, you're somewhat of a kindred spirit with me for the whole Lost Boys fascination, because we need to get that Corey Feldman interview on lock, and we need to do that.
That'd be amazing.
The
thing is, though, Jim thinks it would be ridiculous because I'd want to ask him about movies that he wouldn't want to talk about, and he thinks he'd get angry about. I'm like, I just want to know about Rock and Roll High School Forever. God damn it!
Those are exactly the movies he wants to talk about.
That'd be amazing.
I'm telling you, he would think that you're making fun of him. He'd get.
I
pissed
care
off
about
at you.
Meatballs 4, and I care about Rock and Roll High School Forever.
I'm telling you that the 100 people who have asked him about Meatballs 4, 99 of them have been fucking sticking it to him and want to laugh at him. So I'm telling you, the guy's going to be pissed. I want to hear this interview.
I also want to ask him about Friday the 13th Part 4.
I guarantee you, Jim, 100 people have not asked him about those movies. So
South Beach Academy, Corey. What was going on there? South Beach Academy.
I mean, honestly, guys, I've been wanting to do this for such a long time because I just love listening to you guys talk. I love the way your podcast always goes off the rails. And Jim, you are the reason I am not allowed a soundboard on 365.
See, that's what I do. We try to inspire people of what not to do.
Kev, it was the worst last night. We're doing the award show for 2016. We're doing it live. We're doing it live, and every time I have a pick I have to talk about, he's putting crickets in the background.
I was just grabbing the crickets. That's what I was going to grab now.
That's what you have to do.
See, that's what you do. Anytime Chris starts talking, and you know, like myself, Kev, you like the spotlight to shine only on yourself.
Oh, yes,
you know, this is why we do podcasts. See,
I go to sleep crying every night.
You're a kindred spirit with Eric on Lost Boys, but me and you are kindred spirits of needing attention 24/7. That's what the soundboard is.
It is
the minute Eric starts talking, you go.
It's the best of both worlds, definitely.
Yes. See, you hit one easy button and shut them the hell up. Then Chris goes off, Eric goes off, and then we can talk, right?
I think you've.
I actually just came back and I heard the fucking horn. So
just came back. Where'd you go?
I went for a sleep.
He went to the bathroom or something like you, Eric. We're in the middle of reading emails. Eric goes off to go to the bathroom, and I never know.
Emails take an hour and a half. I had to go. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, people will listen to this segment on your podcast and they're going, who is this fucking guy who won't shut the fuck up? And his name is Eric Shea. That's who he is. So there you go.
I was actually talking about that whole attention thing earlier. I was walking out of the store and I was with my girlfriend. There's this couple in front of us. The woman had purple hair. And she's like, wow, I really like that. I like to do it. I'm like, you are in your 30s. Why the fuck do you want to have purple hair? Do you need that kind of attention in your life? Fuck. And then I caused a scene and she got angry. We got in a fight all the way goddamn home.
About purple hair.
Purple goddamn hair.
If you're going to have a fight about anything, it's got to be purple hair, to be fair. Yeah.
Well, I will say that the more I talk on any podcast and even here, I don't open my goddamn mouth. Once the mic's off, I just go downstairs and I sit in this catatonic state while my kids are yelling at me and stuff. They're down there yelling right now. I hear them screaming. Up here, I'm going to go to freaking kill them. But it's freaking annoying. They're telling me all these new terms. You know, do you ever hear the term, what is it, Eric, about the shade?
Don't throw shade at me.
I don't know these terms. Do they have that in England? Don't throw shade.
Don't throw shade. I don't think they do. But then I actively avoid anything like that. So
yeah, so do I.
Of course you do. These are 16-year-old kids. Why would you pick this shit up?
My 10-year-old starts saying stuff. Yeah, my 10-year-old starts saying stuff. I think he's talking in tongues, and then I find out they're making fun of me. Oh man!
YOLO, Dad. YOLO. What the fuck did you say?
Do you not have the same response as I do? As soon as you hear anything like that, you go, "Oh, fuck you."
Yeah, that's what I've gone to now. And the point is, I've heard them talk, and I have a 10-year-old. I have from a 10 all the way up to 22. And I've heard my 10-year-old, my 13-year-old, I hear them talking all the time. They curse so much, I've given up. I've given up not cursing around them.
So yeah,
if they say something, I just fuck off. And then they just laugh. They think I'm joking. And then that's when I have to get physical. Then I think, I don't like to get physical with them, but I got to get physical. I take my shoe off and throw it at them or something like that. But
and then make him go get it, bring it back.
Yeah, this is not. I thought we were going to talk about like New Year's.
Yes. So that completely went off the rails. So as I suspected it might. So New Year's, guys, is coming up, and we will get it a couple hours before you guys. Do you have anything big coming for next year? Are you looking forward to 2017? And how shit has 2016 been with all the celebrity deaths?
Well, I'll tell you, like all the celebrity deaths, like Carrie Fisher and stuff. Actually, man. George Michael dying really upset me. Only
David
because
Bowie really got me.
Yeah, George Michael. What's weird about George Michael is when I was again, this goes back to when I was in England last time, and Wham was big, and I kind of steered clear of Wham and George Michael because nobody I liked them, but I really did like them.
You had a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, I did. I didn't want to be. They'd look at me weird, but I really do like George Michael, and that was like him and Carrie Fisher at the end of the year was just like you said. Fuck you, 2016. This was the worst year for people dying of people that I really like. But
Prince,
Prince. Yeah, next year I'm looking. Yeah, Prince was a big deal too. Next year I'm looking forward to Star Wars Episode 8. Which will be at the end next year, correct? Am I right?
Yep,
you are correct. Yep.
Okay, because I said to Kevin and Chris before you got on, Eric, I was very disappointed with Rogue One, and I know that they were a little upset with me. But I really enjoyed Episode 7. I want Episode 8. Other than that, I don't have anything I'm looking forward to whatsoever because every day for me is a hell, and it never ends.
That's the thing. Like I think about. No, he's honest and correct about this whole thing. It is very true. I think about 2017. I'm like, it's going to be the same goddamn thing. And I don't like to make resolutions or get excited for things because I hate to be disappointed when it doesn't happen.
You know what I think's going to happen? Everybody's thinking that as soon as 12 o'clock hits, people are going to stop dying.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a brand new thing. They're not. They're not. Day.
Yeah.
That's not how it works, Chris.
That's not how it works at all.
I thought that's how it worked. The minute 12 hits, nobody's going to die at all next year.
My reality has been shattered. Thanks a lot.
I honestly think that the minute 12 o'clock hits, it'll be 12:01, and I think the Queen's going to die.
The Queen, well, she's about...
The Queen is going to live forever. Get the fuck
Charles is waiting.
They've been very, very, very secretive the last few days.
They very much have.
Yes, they've gone dark.
Oh, Jesus.
And she's either
Charles walking around with a big grin on his face. Is that how you can tell? He wants to be king for at least a week before he kicks the bucket.
Well, he's like 70 or something. So
yeah, I know. It's crazy. So how the hell, and me and Eric have talked about this, what the hell happened that Harry went from this weird-looking kid to one of the best-looking men I've ever seen in my life? I'm telling you, that man is he's a 10 to me. A 10 out of 10.
We walk around work, and periodically Jim will just bring up pictures of Harry. Hey, look at this handsome guy. What is wrong with you? Stop this.
Wow. He's a good-looking guy. What happened? He was such a weird-looking kid.
And William looks like his dad now. What the hell?
Yeah, William was like oh my God, he's such a knockout. The next thing you know, I don't know, he's losing his hair. He looks like he's a wreck.
Marriage is not really good for him in my mind. Handsome.
Harry's a stunning fella. I'm going to have to pause here and start looking at pictures of Harry.
Wow, shit. Okay. It could be because he's not Charles's son, allegedly.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, did that just ruin it for you?
That did.
Allegedly. We don't want to get sued, but allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. My mom would be so upset to hear that. Have they said who allegedly the father might have been?
What was his name?
I've never heard that,
shit.
so you get no help from
this is crazy. This is like behind the curtain. Could it have possibly have been Richard Gere?
No, he was a ginger.
No.
Hold on a second. I'll see if I can find his name.
Bozo the Clown. Rupert Grint. Is it possible the years would make it that Rupert Grint could be the freaking...
I don't think it could possibly be Rupert Grint.
That doesn't match up.
It's Rupert Grint.
I don't know many gingers. That's the problem.
Ronald McDonald.
Ron Howard, possibly. Is that possible? So Chris is desperately trying to find out who this
I'm looking on Wikipedia right now. I know... crap.
Wikipedia conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Who is Harry's dad?
He'll probably just come back with Harry Potter.
Tell you what, while I'm looking for this, actually, I've just bought myself the Volume 1 of DC Injustice. Is it good?
Yes, it's awesome.
Oh, Volume 1's really good.
That's one of my favorite stories. I love it.
Excellent. Now, there's quite a few different volumes, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there would be probably around, there might even be 10 by now.
I'm trying to think of how it would work out, because Volume 1 in my mind, because you have Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, Year 4, and Year 5, and now Ground Zero is being put out.
Yeah, the thing about the Injustice, though, is when it came out originally, it came out in little chapters, so 3 to 4 chapters equal to thing. Yeah, but I think there's 2 or 3 volumes of the first year. The first 2 or 3 years, awesome. You'll love every second of it. You really will. Yeah. It's such a good story.
Then it starts to go downhill at Year 4.
Yeah, it does. They really pushed it, and now they have that Ground Zero out that's garbage. It really is. It's nonsense. They're trying to push Harley Quinn so much in every little thing of comics that it gets a little annoying. I'm sure Kev knows, because every book, it seems they want to throw Harley in it at some point. It gets goddamn annoying.
Well, I'm telling you, I think they made a joke in one of the books we're going to review on our podcast tonight where Harley, like Wonder Woman's upset at Harley because she's part of the Trinity now. It's Superman, Batman, and Harley Quinn. That's all anybody cares about.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kev, have you read any of the big event now, the Justice League versus Suicide Squad?
Nope, I haven't.
He's 8 weeks behind, man.
Because I'm 8
weeks
behind.
I know. I thought maybe he'd just kind of peek into that. You should look at that. You don't really need to know what's coming up for that to read it. It's pretty good so far.
But I'm a completionist. I'm an absolute completionist, and if I
don't, you're a lunatic. I get you.
You're like there.
If I don't read the stuff like beforehand, I just lose my shit.
It drives you nuts.
Yeah.
Now, are you buying them physically or digitally?
Digitally.
Oh, thank God. I'm telling you, I had to stop buying freaking actual copies. I'm like, I don't have enough room. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I can't be doing this.
Yeah, no, you can't be going down that road.
There's ton. I don't think Chris is ever finding who Harry's freaking
I was letting you...
nice.
Okay. James Hewitt, allegedly.
Okay.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, James Hewitt. I remember him. Yeah.
Is he a good-looking dude? He must be good-looking.
He's ginger and so is Harry. So James Hewitt, allegedly.
Yeah, actually, that's the weird thing. I never really even thought about the whole ginger thing not making much sense. I just went with it. I think,
for some reason, in my mind, William's ginger as well, though. At least a bit. You know, he's got a bit of red in his hair.
He used to look a lot like his mom. But I'm telling you, Harry's ears used to be big. And I don't know. He filled in. Okay. Hoo-wee. What else?
Allegedly.
Yeah. So is that the big talk right now? Is about the Queen going dark? Is that?
No, not really. It's been on Facebook, but just they had to deny on Christmas Day that she was dead.
Oh, really?
That's so fucked up. You have to deny something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, don't worry. The Queen's still alive. Like, who asked? What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't go to some stupid bloody Christmas service on Christmas Eve or some shit. So.
What is she, really, seriously, not even, how old is she?
90-odd.
Yeah, you don't. Sometimes you can't go to everything when you're that old. I'm telling you.
And I can't go to everything.
Eric ditches everything. He doesn't have to announce that he's alive. Nobody cares.
Right, guys. Right. Before this does go on for another fucking 12 hours, I wanna quickly end. We're going to let you go because I'm sure you guys have an episode that you're going to be recording very shortly.
Yes, we do. Yep, we have 10 hours ahead of us.
Any little exclusive spoilers you can give us apart from it's all garbage or nonsense or...
No, right now, the big event, Justice League versus Suicide Squad, it's only issue 2 right now, but I'm really happy with what we got. It's a little filler, like they're trying to make sure that you know who the characters are, but it's weird because it's the Suicide Squad and the Justice League, and we have a side splinter group who you don't know a lot about, and they're not really letting you in on that information. So besides for that, it's really fun, though, just to see this like kind of event where you have these two powerhouse teams going at it, and there's a bigger story to unfold from around it.
Yeah, and even some of the villains that they're going to face off eventually includes Lobo, which everybody loves. Everybody gets all excited over Lobo.
Emerald Empress from the Legion of Superheroes. That's pretty
crazy.
Cool to me. Johnny Sorrow.
It's a pretty crazy deal.
Dr. Polaris, one of my all-time favorites from back in the day. You haven't seen him in a long time. And Rustin, who nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah. But no, it's pretty cool. And it's Amanda Waller pretty much going toe-to-toe with Batman. It's mainly those two, kind of trading wits and things like that. But as far as we are in the story right now, the couple issues in, Amanda Waller pretty much has it over on Batman. Actually traps, they capture Batman and the
whole Justice League. Yeah,
they actually have them in prison right now. So it's pretty big. It's pretty cool too.
The thing is, though, it's like they have this whole side splinter group kind of thing, and you have this character Rustin who nobody really knows about, and I really see him like. Do you remember when the Suicide Squad trailer was coming out and they were showing you all the characters for the movie that they're going to have, and then we watched the movie and they have Slipknot in there. I'm like, Slipknot, they're going to make a freaking they're going to make something out of him. He's going to die right away. I'm like, we got Rustin here. I'm thinking, yep, you're going to go the way of Slipknot. No one gives a fuck about you.
Yes.
And on that, with the Suicide Squad, we are a movie podcast. We've entirely talked about way too many British things and comic things. Is there a movie of 2016 that either of you guys absolutely loved and just fucking can't stop gushing about? I know Jim's going to say Rogue One, but Eric?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because I just watched one the other night. I actually don't know if it's 2016 or not, but Hail Caesar, I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, it's 2016.
Okay, thank God. I actually just watched it. I had no inkling of really watching it. It happened to go on HBO or something like that on demand, and I put it on Christmas night, and I actually just found myself staying up till 2:30 in the morning just watching it and loving the hell out of it.
Little bit of Channing Tatum dancing about in a sailor's outfit.
It was amazing. It was a great throwback movie to that kind of era. And I'm like, I love all these kind of old movies, so that was really a lot of fun to watch.
Well, I think you guys have it right now, but we don't get it till January. But La La Land looks like it might be worth a watch as well with Ryan Gosling. Same sort of throwback era type.
Oh, nice.
Type is that the one with Emma Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I did watch a trailer to that, and I cannot remember anything about it.
It just looks very throwbacky.
Oh, also, the new Planet of the Apes movies is coming out because I can never get enough of those.
Yeah.
Yes, that looks good.
It does. Oh my God, Jim's gone quiet.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think of any movie that I watched this year that I really liked.
Jim does not. Jim still hasn't watched Shawshank Redemption. He's way behind.
You know what? No, I have not seen Shawshank Redemption yet. But you know what? Actually, my favorite movie was probably Deadpool. And now I'm trying to look at the different movies that came out in 2016, and I did actually also like X-Men Apocalypse. The thing is, these are all going to be comic book movies that come out, and also Moana. I watched 2 days ago. I thought it was awesome. Yep, I thought that was really good. Again, a lot of the things are either going to be comic book stuff or stuff that my kids can watch with me, like Deadpool, which I did take them to the theater to see because I got in a fight with my wife, and she tried to make me look like the bad guy for not taking them, and so my 10-year-old went with me to see Deadpool in the theater, and it was not appropriate.
Right there.
Yeah, she
my
made me.
God, your life is actually hell.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, she tried to make it seem like I was the reason why they couldn't go. So I said, "Fuck it, let's go. Let's get in the car. We're going." And we went and saw it. Everybody loved it. My 10-year-old was, I had to cover his eyes, but I actually really liked that. Trying to think of other movies. I really don't watch.
I'm trying to come up with a horror flick that I could talk about at least, and I'm looking up a list because I could not remember shit. I'm like, there weren't that many great horror movies in 2016. The one I think I really liked the most was Don't Breathe.
Yeah,
I've not seen that one. Did you guys? We actually spoke earlier on about The Conjuring 2. Did you guys see that?
No, I haven't seen that yet. I've been wanting to watch it. I went and bought a bunch of flicks on Vudu, the online demand service, whatever it is, and I did not watch Conjuring 2 yet. But I know you were talking about it before. I've heard nothing but good things, and I really got to get on that.
It is damn good. It is damn good. Yeah.
The only other movie I'm looking through to see, and one movie I saw just watched by myself was Sing Street. I don't know if you guys saw that. I really liked it. Yeah, it's actually a kind of a British movie as well, but it's about a kid in the 80s who starts a band, rock band.
You were telling me about this.
Yeah, I really liked it. I may have watched that illegally, though, so I shouldn't mention that.
But you hated Britain in the 80s, so...
I know, it was weird. And I'm watching that, and all of a sudden, I don't mind it. It's just when I was there. As long as you take me out of the picture, then it's all, fun and games. The minute I get there and I'm stuck doing nothing. I really was just stuck by myself for a whole goddamn summer. I couldn't do anything. I went and watched movies all the time and had fucking Scotch eggs at the movie theater.
Scotch eggs at the movie? That blows my fucking mind.
Good God.
It was crazy. It was crazy that they were Scotch eggs. I'm eating those. I had the worst gas and it was a triple feature. It was actually the Star Wars triple feature at that point, and I had very bad gas, but I loved it all. I loved that part. I escaped to the movies that summer.
One of the things to any of our listeners that I love about listening to the Weird Science DC Comics podcast is that every story Jim tells usually ends in a shitty walled bathroom.
Pretty much.
Because, my God. And I have been privy to some information on the direct messages on the Twitter that I didn't need to know.
I went to the Chinese restaurant. I got a bit of a diarrhea. I had to stop and go use the bathroom. And I thought that I was messaging Reggie. I was messaging Kev and told him that I had the worst diarrhea I've ever had. And then Kev wrote back like, "Oh, I'm glad to know that." I'm like, now you know it's not made up.
To add a little bit to it, yesterday at work, I freaking accidentally made a goddamn half retarded kid shit his pants.
Yeah, he did. He scared him so much that the kid shit his pants and then ran into the bathroom with a ratchet, and we don't know what he did. And this is true.
Never saw that ratchet come back, so I'm worried.
Yeah, the ratchet.
And it was my ratchet.
And kid shit his pants. He got so scared of Eric. Eric just showed up behind him and scared the crap out of him. So again, this is a guy that we talk about sometimes on the podcast because we work with him. This guy legitimately, I'm not joking, we're not making this up. This guy thinks that if you get hired to be a villain in a horror movie, say you were hired to be Leatherface. If you are Leatherface, that means you have to legitimately eat the co-stars, and then at the end, if they kill you, you definitely get killed for real, and you're dead. So he's
every movie he watches in his mind is a documentary.
Yeah, it's a documentary, and he wants to be a horror, icon type guy. He wants to be the villain in a horror movie. People. But yeah, he's conflicted because he thinks that means he will die at the end, but it'd be worth it. He said, he's crazy.
You know what? That sounds like the best way to live.
Yeah, that's what I told Eric.
It's not the best way to live because
I'm telling you, watch these movies.
Look, there's a certain sweet spot with being a dim-witted son of a bitch, where if you're below the sweet spot, no, I'm not. You can't do anything. It's a great place to be. If you get beyond that, though, you have to work. You understand a little bit too much, and the world can beat you down and make you angry. He's a little bit past that sweet spot because he's a fucking angry motherfucker who thinks the world is against him, but he's just so goddamn stupid. He's annoying as shit on top of it.
Yeah, so annoying. He's so annoying. He does think, though, but just think of that. For one day, you watch a horror movie, and you actually think you are seeing a real, news report. That's what you're watching. And it must be, the most craziest thing for somebody. You really would get the highs and lows of the movie, because this kid, that's what he thinks. He really thinks these movies are real. And
I'll tell you what, actually, here's a story for you, and this is going to embarrass my sister because she listens to the show. Back in the day when Independence Day came out, right, in the UK, Sky News did Orson Welles type thing.
Like a War of the Worlds type deal.
Yes, exactly, yeah, where they did a story on Sky News, obviously promoting the movie, but it looked like an actual alien invasion. And my sister, who was very, very young at the time, to be fair, thought it was real, and she freaked the fuck out.
That's all right. Like, what was it, like 8 years ago, Jim, when this it was going around the U.S.
The
this
mermaid
new drug.
thing.
This new drug called bath salts, which I still don't even know what the hell they are. They just call them bath salts, which I actually thought somebody was huffing bath salts.
And the other thing was called like crocodile or something.
I don't know, but whoever was taking these drugs, they would end up going insane and ripping people's faces off and eating them, and they were eating people. So on the actual news, they would be talking about this with the freaking tagline, zombie attack. I'm in my late 20s. I'm at my parents' house visiting them after work. I'm like, I should never have to see this in my life. This is something that I am not like so in tune with reality that I can like be able to deal with. You cannot have zombie attack labeled on the news.
No.
That's a bit much.
But they were legitimately eating people.
Sweet.
Yes.
That's
wow.
Yeah.
So guys,
this shit was pretty nasty. You take this drug.
I don't care how good the high is. You
this.
don't want to eat people.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey kid, you want to eat somebody's face?
Fuck yeah.
The drug, yeah, that sounds awesome. Fucking nonsense.
I'm going to cut this now because
All right.
literally the bells will be ringing for us in
Yes.
about 40 minutes.
All
So
right.
I need to go and replenish my
You
drinks.
guys are in the future.
Yeah, man.
We won't tell you what happens, though.
Okay, don't
Thank you.
tell me who dies. We'll find out later.
We're going to call you in an hour's time, and we're going to give you the lottery numbers and an almanac, and it's all going to be good.
I'd be too stupid to even use those. I wouldn't even know how to use them. I would freaking sit there with these numbers giggling, and then I'd miss the fucking time to start to
You took a nap instead of going out and getting a goddamn
I'd be like,
thing.
I got plenty of time.
But guys, I really just want to, I absolutely have to thank you for doing this. It's been an
thank you.
absolute pleasure. I've been dying
Thanks
to
for
do
having
this
us on.
I've been dying to do this for months. I remember sitting on holiday with the family, the wife and the in-laws, sitting listening to Weird Science DC Comics about 7 months ago, and thinking, yeah, these guys are coming on 365 at some point.
Nice.
So it's amazing.
And then it took us this long for you to get Chris to agree with it. And
No, he just didn't tell me that's how it works.
yeah, really. Well, that's what you do. You ask for forgiveness, not for permission. That's how everything
way
goes in
easier.
my marriage. That's how I make it work.
So
I
guys,
tell you what, boys, this has been such a fucking laugh. This has been great.
thanks.
And here's a challenge for you: at some point in 2017, January, February, or something like that, we'll get together again and do another podcast together.
Okay.
That'd
be awesome.
I thought the challenge was going to be do a 1 hour podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
no,
I
no.
thought he was going to. I don't know what he was going to say. Me and Eric beat the shit out of each other pantless or something. I didn't know what this challenge
All right,
was gonna
whatever
be.
I got to do.
We do that every Saturday.
Invent your own stipulations. That's
Right. We could do that. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So in 2017, you guys are coming back on, and we'll have a proper chat about movies and whatnot. And it'll probably take about fucking 24 hours, but who cares?
That'd be good.
That's what it's all about.
Well, Kev, you've been wanting to do a 24-hour episode.
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
I'm in.
And if anybody's going to make it happen, it's these two. So,
Yes.
right, guys. So I'm going to cut you off now and just say a quick goodbye to you. Have a great fucking New Year, and we'll
Happy New Year, guys.
see you in 2017.
You guys too. Thanks, Kev. Thanks, Chris.
No
Cheers,
worries.
boys.
Thank you.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher.
Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was exactly how I wanted to sort of just end the year of the podcast. I was buzzing with that. So yeah, that was Jim. That was Eric. Fucking Weird Science DC Comics podcast. If you haven't listened to them, You need to go and listen to them. They're fucking awesome guys. The stories that they were talking about, they review comics. They review every comic that DC releases each week, but they tend to tell more stories than anything else, as you heard with our little chat. I mean, holy fuck, I've got no idea what I'm going to do with that section.
It'll be fine. Those guys are great. Fucking love those guys.
It was such a good time.
Can't believe I got his name wrong. I'm shite with names, you know that. I'm fucking shite with names.
I know you are.
Yeah.
And before that, we had Imran join us at the end of the top 5. It was great to speak to Imran again.
Certainly was.
2017, we need to sort that out again. And Haze, from back in the days of Talking Heads.
Yeah, you've gone all out, haven't you?
I'll tell you what, considering I had that idea at like 10 o'clock yesterday morning, I think I've done pretty fucking well.
You've done well. You should be a producer.
And I should be, spoilers for the future, but I should be. And there were a couple of other little surprises. I don't think they'll mind me spoiling it. Matt, Joe, and the other one were nearly coming on. We nearly had Matt on, but unfortunately, he had to step out for a little bit.
Pussies.
Oh, come on. And
was it he was worried because you were going to take him out again?
Probably. The other one did say he was interested, and then I never heard anything else back.
Well, I've been speaking to Annie, so...
Well, yeah. So she's obviously not with him.
Yeah.
And Brigger was going to be coming on, because we were going to go and listen to the bells and whatnot. Brigger was going to be coming on to finish up the show with a cash-in.
Fuck.
But he had a child-friendly party to attend, and I can understand that, so... We will get him on to cash in. I thought it would have been a perfect opportunity, but it's just not. It's not for us this time.
But it was good. It's been a fucking good episode.
It has been. It's like I threw some spanners in the works. I've been shitting myself, stressing out all day on how the fuck this was going to happen, but it went quite well. It did.
It did go well. It was great.
And you even got the girls. Great. You got the girls at the start wishing everyone a happy New Year, so that was nice as well.
Well, to be fair, from the last time when they were on, people will be more interested in that than anything else.
Yeah,
anyway,
most likely, yeah. As soon as I mention they've returned, it'll be like, oh yeah, I'll listen to that episode. I don't listen to any others, but I listen to that. But yeah, man, 2016, it's not been a great year for the celebrities. It's been a cracking year in the movies. We've had some absolute beasts. DC finally got their act together and started their shared universe. Whether people liked it or they didn't, we have it now.
Exactly.
So you just get on with it. Just fucking live with it.
But you know what? We've got 2017 is 35 minutes away. And we have Wonder Woman to look forward to.
Yep.
We have Spider-Man to look forward to.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yep.
What else have we got? What else we got to look forward to?
We got Star Wars at the end of the year.
Black Panther,
I think. Or is it the first Infinity Wars movie first? Black Panther. Let's just say Black Panther.
That's 2018, isn't it?
Right.
It's 2018.
We also have Aquaman.
Aye, I'll give that a watch.
So we've got some good-ass films coming out this year. We will, on the first episode of January, which will probably be this episode, but the first official January episode, that isn't the New Year's Eve episode, we will go through some of the movies that are coming up that we're looking forward to. You'll probably get that in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll tell you what we're really looking forward to seeing. I mean, it's now coming up to Oscar season, so we're going to have the Oscar bait coming out. Every, the screeners will be flying around, so, if you're so inclined to watch a movie on the fly, not pay for it, now is the time to be a movie fan.
We don't do that, though.
No, we don't. Just Jim.
Never that.
Jim
Does that. Just Jim.
But Eric pays for his things on Voodoo or whatever it was called. Yeah, that's some pishy American site.
Some American thing.
Yeah. So we've had a good night.
Yes, we have.
I'm happy I managed to spring some of these surprises on you. It's good to know that this far into the podcast, I can still spring a couple of surprises on you.
Oh, yes.
And it would be nice to have finished off with the cash in. But
well, what would you have actually done, though? Or can you not tell me that yet?
I was just going to do the movie quiz with you.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not playing that again.
I know, you always lose. But it would have meant that he got it. Yeah. So, from your 3-time floppy winning hosts, the 365 Flicks podcast 2016, we are signing out. We will be coming back shortly. 2017, see you next year. Great, I love that. when we were walking away from Darren and Annabelle's, Tori turned around to us and she said, "See you next year." And I was like, "Ha, you crack that joke every year."
Lol.
LOL. But yeah, man, absolutely fucking brilliant. 2017 is going to be another outrageous year for us. We have more Comic-Cons. We are going international with our Comic-Cons.
Fuck yes, we are.
Into fucking national. International, man.
If the borders are still open, then.
Yeah, if Trump lets us in, Trump's America. Hail, Trump. And yeah, we've got a lot of cheeky little interviews with people already lining up wanting to come on the show, which just fucking blows my mind sometimes. And I am sure we will get Rick Grimes on the podcast at some point in the year.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if we bring the Talking Heads back for a couple of episodes, Andrew Lincoln might come on.
Can we have Carol first, though?
I'd rather have Carol first. Yeah. Like, if they were in a lineup, that's the one I'd choose first.
Carol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carol. Definitely Carol.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the good listeners before we play the outro?
I would like to say, as your 365 Flicks champion, and I want my music played, Happy New Year, and thank you for listening, you beautiful bastards.
Yeah, man,
I'm quite drunk now. I've had quite a few ciders.
I've had a fair few, I will not lie. I'd already had a few before we started. I've had a few while we started, and I'm going to go and have a few after we've finished. To see in these bells.
Well, as I said to you, my friend, a second ago, I'm going to go away and put Revenge of the Sith now. I can't even say Revenge of the Sith at the moment. To block out the fucking fireworks.
Yeah.
For my dog. So, yeah, I'll need ciders for that.
Is your dog wearing a jumper, and can you put it on Facebook?
He is not wearing a jumper, and fuck you.
And on that, I will play you out.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks that drives a girl wild.
And man, 2016 has been a fucking great year, and I personally, from me to you, and I just want to thank you for sitting down and doing this shit with me all the time and fucking talking movies, because it has been an absolute fucking godsend to me. I love doing this podcast with you, and we're just going to keep on fucking going with it.
Oh man, you know what? We've said a few times, doing this thing keeps us sane. This year, not just for you, it's been a stressful year for me as well.
Yeah, definitely.
With the business and all that. It's during the summer. Fucking foreign's not paying out and stuff. But doing this keeps me so fucking sane, man. So I would like to thank you as well.
So 2017, here we fucking come.
Fuck yes.
I'm not your boy toy.